California Summer League tonight, taking on the Los Angeles Lakers at 9 o'clock. In other Spurs news, they officially signed Luke Kornet. The former Celtic big man agreed to a 4-year, $41 million deal. He will wear number 7 and, quote, hopes to be one-third as good as Tim Duncan. Finally, in the NBA, Orlando Magic forward Paolo Banchero agreed to a 5-year rookie max extension worth up to $287 million. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Good morning, everybody. Whoop, whoop.
It's the Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. AJ and Rob on a Tuesday.
It's kind of a small Wednesday.
Kind of. Hump day?
Almost. I mean, a lot of us, well, 2 of us
Hump?
aren't working on Friday.
Oh.
I'm not.
Oh, that's 3 of us. That's right.
Yeah, only Edwin will be here.
Edwin will be here,
He'll have to be.
shoveling salt like the rest of us.
That's right.
But we won't be.
No.
I woke up this morning and that's the first thing I thought. It's Tuesday, but
It's pretty much.
it's pretty much like if you think about it, it's really almost Thursday.
Yeah.
I mean, we're really only just a couple hours away from Thursday. So in the grand scheme of things, we really only have one more day of work. And then one of us is heading off to the Caribbean. The other's just to parts unknown.
Well,
I'm going to head out into the desert.
Red
But,
Rocks.
I've already done that.
Oh, yeah.
I'm still
Denmark?
no. I'm
On a budget.
I'm so sore. It's worse this morning than it was yesterday.
From what?
From all the uphill
stairs?
Colorado is not flat.
Well,
Denver,
yeah.
Red Rocks I had it bad. The Minix had it worse. But, I mean, we hiked around.
Oh, Benix hardly has to move his legs.
Dude, no, he made we made the rookie and the extraordinary mistake all at the same time. Because we had heard that going to Red Rocks in and out's a nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
So we rented a car service. And we got there early and set up like this little picnic along with all the other types that knew the thing. But to do that, you have to go in on the top. Well, the Minix had seats on the 4th row. So they went all the way down to the bottom to sit. And then they had to hike their ass all the way up, which is like a quarter mile straight up.
Yeah.
Now, I got into this party late, so I was GA. So I didn't have to go that far down. I just had to fight for a seat.
Sure.
But they had to go all the way down and up. Man, I would have needed a hospital.
Well, it's more difficult for Minix because, like, you've got bad knees, but Minix, dwarves, their knees don't really bend.
It's like climbing.
So it's just like kind of
he has to have
teeter-tottering all the way up.
His wife has to like tie a rope and just like hoist him over the steps all the way up.
His joints don't really
But no,
bend.
the whole weekend was nothing like up and down hills. So my calves are so sore even now. I'm an old man, but
I guess so.
But I don't see how you could be even slightly out of shape.
If you lived in Colorado?
Yeah.
You would only eat granola and...
Well, I'm not saying body composition is one thing. You can carry some weight and still be in pretty decent aerobic shape. But as far as aerobics,
Thank you.
Everybody, yeah. I mean, but everybody, you got walking to do.
Yeah.
It's normally uphill. It seems like no matter which way I'm going, it was always up.
It's always snowing uphill both ways in the snow.
The whole time.
Back in my day.
Dude,
You young whippersnapper.
And keep in mind, I'm doing this on one normal foot and one hook'em toe. So it's not the easiest way to
That's true.
get around.
Oh, it is a lot worse.
Next time, I'm going to be one of those old dudes that has one of those walking poles.
Yeah.
Staff.
I want to. There's a lot of those guys when you go to the Garden of the Gods. They've got their own like wooden varnished some wood that they found on the side of a path one day, and they worked the wood and they oiled the wood and
From the tree of life.
and they made their own staff. That's gonna be me. I'm gonna find my own staff.
Oh,
I
man.
will carry with it. I'll name it Lightning Boy. And it will be my protector. It'll save me from
Thou shalt not
Thou
pass.
shalt not pass. And but I'm not quite there yet.
Okay. Well, I can't wait.
Right.
I am
Well, I'm glad you
I can't wait to make fun of you for having one of those things. It's we got a big show today, as usual. We've got monster truck tickets. I've got some food to give away. I've got gunslingers
we
tickets.
New food.
New food. Oh, yes. The Great Greek Mediterranean Grill. We'll have some of that.
I think we need to partake in their fine menu so we
we
know
can
of what we speak.
Yeah, maybe that's a good idea. Oh, I do love Mediterranean food,
Tomorrow's
too.
meeting day. Maybe tomorrow.
Ooh. Oh, I thought we were going to do the Pizza
Well,
Hut
yeah,
buffet.
I'm just throwing that out there.
What?
I can't have pizza.
Well, you can. You can have the salad bar at Pizza Hut.
Basically, yeah, that's about it.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
If we go to the Pizza Hut buffet and you eat the salad bar,
That's frightening,
I
especially
can't-
given
I can't eat pastas. Yeah.
oh, you're a loser. What a
Yeah.
crumb bum.
What if we got the
Yeah.
You're
really,
a real
really thin
crumb
crust?
bum.
Super thin, the cracker crust.
Nah, I tried that, but
Can't
my
do it.
sugar goes up too high. Yeah.
Man, you got to stop worrying about things like that.
I know. Yeah.
Sugar blooger.
It's only my vision and
Yeah, big deal, man.
My
That's what's the
kidney.
worst that can happen?
my kidney will fail and I'll
Yeah,
go blind.
big deal.
This morning I came in with a.
That's why you've got two kidneys.
Oh, yeah, look.
This morning I felt bad too. My wife yesterday went and got some stuff from the panaderia up at my house
Uh-huh.
for my son's birthday today, and I brought in this chocolate stuffed croissant that was covered in white powder sugar.
And I'm just
God.
I'm just watching them eat
Like
it, right?
Vic, I feel really bad about this, but
Uh,
I'm not going to slow down.
oh no, it's fine. I'm used to it. Yeah.
You are
Well, if I would have
you're a
eaten
pillar, man. You're a brick. You're solid, Vic. I'm
Discipline.
sorry.
it's
It is
about
the
discipline.
disciplined,
yeah.
the Shaolin life.
Yeah.
Well,
Just reach over there and grab a blackberry and carry on.
yeah.
What I'm doing.
I
Just
don't,
reach over there, carry on. Grab your a fistful of fruit and carry on, brother.
I don't know how you do it, man. I'd give up. I'd just.
He's a stronger man than us.
I know.
Well, until you
I
go
admit
through
to-
a surgery of removing.
No, I get it, brother.
an
I feel
organ.
bad that I am such a bad influence.
Hey, I had my appendix removed, so don't
I
tell
don't
me
have one
about
either.
Don't
Neither
tell me
one.
about organ removal.
So
all
of the
right?
three of us, there's only one appendix, and you got it.
Yeah, pal. Yeah.
Did yours get taken out through your navel?
No.
Mine did.
Well, you probably got yours taken out in like the 50s when they didn't know how to do it.
I think that's the
no
best place. I don't
anesthetic.
have a scar.
Oh, really?
Yeah, when they went through my navel, there's no scar.
That's weird.
I think that's the most modern way to do it.
It might be. I don't know.
How'd
When
they have
did-
yours with like a rusty can?
Yeah.
Like just cut it open on like a
Well, I got it done
battlefield?
in the battlefield.
Yeah.
Yeah. World War WW2.
They just kind of sucked it out with a straw.
Yeah, when I was in Nam.
When you were in Nam.
Yeah. Bayonet.
Here, bite down on this wallet.
And the
Bite down on the wallet. I'll go get it.
and they used the can from the field
They
rations.
knock you out with their boot.
No, they. I
Just,
was
like,
awake.
kick you in
I
the
was
side. Oh,
awake
you
the
were
whole
awake?
time. Yeah.
You ever see the movie Papillon?
No.
They cut off that guy's leg.
No.
It marked me for life. Steve McQueen and Dustin Hoffman. Watch it. It's a great movie.
Oh yeah, I think I've seen that.
It's the story of the French prison down there in South America.
I don't like that.
It's a great
I don't
movie.
like when people get legs chopped
Oh,
off.
and Dustin Hoffman gets gangrene. They got to cut his foot off on a canoe. It marked me for life, man. Just kill me.
Ugh.
Just
Yeah. No. Thank you.
see. You got to light the knife on fire. You got to get it hot.
Oh yeah, yeah. That it, well,
For
so
some
it's-
reason, apart, not that you might bleed out,
It's
but
sterile.
they wanna
and
sterilize
it
it.
cauterizes at the same time.
so
yeah.
I was told,
Yeah, that's what I've heard too.
and
That's what when I was in Nam. That's how we did
that's
it.
we learned that in the bush
Yeah.
when I
There. You know.
when we were fighting Charlie.
That's right. And he had to keep it down. You didn't want him hearing you.
Charlie,
Yeah, because Charlie's everywhere.
napalm sticks to kids.
Charlie's still everywhere.
Let bomb them all. Let God
still
sort them out.
everywhere. Charlie's in my garage. Charlie
Charlie don't play.
Charlie's in the pizza crust.
See, I'm of the age where I got those stories, and then Charlie was out in the woods.
Oh yeah,
Charlie, who's Charlie?
Charlie.
Wow, those guys were awful.
It's
All of them
crazy.
Charlie?
Everybody in Vietnam's named Charlie.
I had a neighbor.
Everybody.
We had a neighbor who had actually served in Korea and Vietnam. And there was no such thing as PTSD back then.
Uh-huh.
All we ever said was, oh, he's having a flashback.
Yeah.
Well, my neighbor if someone blew like a referee whistle, he would freak out. He would
and so did you guys play with him?
Well, we kind of realized after a minute if he was outside mowing the lawn, if you you blew a whistle real out, evidently the Viet Cong would use whistles to like command their troops, like two dorps and went do this, do that. Well, he would flip out. He'd hear a whistle and like hit the dirt and roll. Oh, seriously? So it'd be like, he's having a flashback.
He's like Bill Murray is Caddyshack.
Seriously, he had some bad PTSD.
Oh man, yeah. Me, I'm fully funcking. I'm totally fine.
Well.
My time in Nam, I did most of the killing. No one got me.
Well, I do remember there was a particular SOCOM that kept me up hours till like 2-3 at night.
Yeah.
You don't get over that easy.
Yeah,
you don't. You take that to bed with you.
That's
you really do.
When I play Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah. Call of
always
Duty
reminds me. Yeah.
There's a couple of missions, you just don't come back from. We left a lot of good men out there.
Yeah, my kids will say, "Hey, you want to play COD?"
Yeah, play some COD.
And I say, "No,
I can't, son.
It's too close to home.
Can't go back there.
Too close to home." All right, we got a lot to talk about today. I am shocked that the Astros are good. And I'm going to tell you why on the other side. This is going to blow your mind. It's the Morning Huddle 94.1.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We do have a disabled vehicle on Loop 410 westbound at Somerset. It's off to the shoulder. Another stall at 35 northbound just past Splashtown. Right lane blocked. Downtown, we've got some ongoing road work, 35 lower level northbound Laredo to Martin Street. That's a full-on closure. And then upper level northbound Laredo to Martin Street. 2 inside lanes are closed. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Texas Department of Transportation. If you think you need to speed, keep in mind that officers are out in force this month, reminding drivers to slow down or pay up. It's called Operation Slowdown. Speeding can cost you time, money, and hassle. It's just not worth it. A message from Texas.
Joel, I'm proud to introduce my latest in-summer relaxation relief occasion. I call it the Quarter Moon Grill and Go. It's a stainless steel propane gas grill with this, a full-size urinal. If you're gonna grill and you gotta go, it's the Grill and Go.
Folks, at Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC, we fix plumbing and AC issues fast and at a fair price. 210-651-5899.
Grill and
Go away, Nigel. Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC.
License number TACLA 141074E M16004.
It's time. Time for the pro to get everything for the entire job, all from one partner. To get access to over 3 million products, including many products you won't find in our stores. It's time to get delivery on your schedule or next day on over 50,000 products. And time to get dedicated support on the job site or in our stores. From ordering to planning, we've got you. One partner, any job, all in. Ask about all we can now do at the Pro Desk. The Home Depot Pro, it's about time.
Calling all snack MVPs, it's time to huddle up with Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds, the low-carb, high-protein snack with a flavor-packed crunch. From sea salt and cracked black pepper to hot honey, sweet barbecue, and more, these bold bites are ready to tackle your crunch time cravings. Find your flavor playbook at H-E-B and make every bite count. Because when it's crunch time, there's only one snack you need on your team. Southern Recipe Small Batch.
Gomez Law Firm has been fighting for the rights of San Antonians for 50 years. We have Jose with the Gomez Law Firm here. What is something you see often as a personal injury attorney and protecting your clients?
The one thing we always see without fault in a case is that the insurance company will always reach out to them soon after the collision and they try to get them to agree to a low settlement. They try to get them to agree to signing a piece of paper. They want them essentially to sign their rights away without ever even consulting with an attorney, right? In the grand scheme of things, if you sign a piece of paper, you're signing your future interest away. So that's why it's so important to call the Gomez Law Firm, because we make sure we protect your rights and you're not signing your life away, you're not signing your rights away.
If you or your family have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, then call the Gomez Law Firm first. 210-736-4040 or visit joegomezlaw.com. Protect your family and protect your rights.
And remember, Gomez Law Fights.
Here's comedian Howie Mandel for hands-free Cozy Fit Skechers slip-ins.
Yeah, I'm holding a new Cozy Fit Skechers slip-in sneaker, and first of all, I barely know I'm holding it. It's that light. You see, Cozy Fit is a cool new sneaker where the upper is made of a soft quilted material. It's kind of like a little puffer jacket for your feet, except it looks like a super stylish sneaker.
Introducing new Cozy Fit Skechers slip-ins, the latest comfort creation from Skechers. You can find Cozy Fit Skechers slip-ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just one cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla of speed test intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 and monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
Mom, it's like the 80s in here. It's so hot.
It's totally in the 80s. Our AC is bogus.
Call Right Home Services.
At Right Home Services, we love the 80s, just not on your thermostat. Don't get stuck with a bogus AC. The right AC services, the right team, and the right price. 210-444.
The right stuff. Now we can chill, Mom.
Ever find a deal so good you think, should I tell my friends or keep it to myself? That's Kohl's Summer Cyber Deals. Styles for sunny days, home favorites for your space, and more. All at prices you'll love. Plus, earn Kohl's Cash. Discover new deals daily and get free shipping. These deals are too good not to share. Once you've stocked up first. Shop Kohl's Summer Cyber Deals now. Select styles, some exclusions apply. Offers end July 10th. See store or kohls.com for details.
Moss Rock Drive, sponsored in part by Las Palapas, ProStar Home Care Services, Air Ray, the College of Healthcare Professionals, and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. You're listening to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Whoa!
Golden earring.
Yeah.
When the bullet hits the bone.
I saw them with Aldo Nova.
Aldo Nova. Gee. It's screaming bell bottoms right there. Corduroy.
Hits the bone.
Corduroy bell bottoms.
No, this is early 80s stuff, man.
Yeah, with the Walter Whites, the Hush Puppies.
Pretty much. Aldo Nova. Life is just a fantasy.
The Houston Astros had their win streak snapped last night, and I hadn't watched a lot of baseball lately, and I watched some Astros yesterday, and I was like, how is this team even remotely good? I'm going to tell you what the Astros put out there on the field yesterday. Batting leadoff was their starting third baseman, Isaac Paredes. That's an actual starter. Mind you, that was one of two actual starters who played yesterday for the Astros. Like at the beginning of the year, they said, okay, this is where you're going to play. This is what your job is going to be. Cam Smith, a rookie, played in right field. which, he's been decent this year. It's not the end of the world. So that one's not the worst. Jose Altuve hit third. He played second base yesterday, even though he's played left field all season. They said, okay, I know that's the experiment, but we got to shuffle things around today. This is how decimated they are by injury is what I'm trying to get at here. Batting fourth was Yainer Diaz, who's the actual starting catcher. Here's where it gets interesting. Batting fifth is Victor Caratini. He is the backup catcher who was playing first base yesterday because the starting first baseman is on parental leave. And then there's a made-up person, Cooper Hummel is his name, playing DH. He's a minor leaguer, but they said, you know what? Hey, we need you up here today, Bubba. Come on, Cooper Hummel. You come up and play DH. He's hitting .234. Minor leaguer playing left field, Taylor Trammell, also a made-up person.
Is that Allen's kid?
No. Well, it could be, but he's black.
I'm just saying.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
I'm not judging.
Allen,
I'm just saying.
I don't know what Allen was going with, but what I will say is Taylor doesn't look like he's half.
I'm just curious.
Allen Trammell
Going on down the hill.
I just think it's a different Trammell altogether. Actually,
Well, when you can hit and you've got pitching, it doesn't matter who you don't have to do that much when you got Hunter Brown, an all-star. I mean, if your pitching comes to, you can't do it for long, but you can do it. That's what good teams do. They survive 182 games with stretches like this when you're playing that. But when you got Hunter Brown coming up, you don't got to do that much.
Well, except yesterday they didn't have Hunter Brown. They had Colton Gordon,
I'm just
also
saying,
a made-up person.
I'm just saying when you have pitching and you've got guys that are surprisingly better than expected. I don't think anybody expected a guy like Brown to be 9-3 right now. I thought he might be better, but not this. So you get a little pad of a couple games. You got a pretty deep bench, so you guys don't have to go long. And you've got enough of key hitters out there to keep you in every game. And I watch them, and I look at Pittsburgh, and I go, what's the difference? What's the difference between the Astros and Pittsburgh? The Astros can hit. They can't hit great, but they can punch and Judy their way through it. And that's what great teams do. The only problem is teams can't do this for long. You can do this for a little while. But
the Astros,
after a while, you just get wore out.
They haven't had Yordan all year, damn near.
But they've had pitching, and they've had punch and Judy kind of stuff. They don't do it great, but they do enough of it. I don't know how else to define it, and I think that's why nobody's been paying attention, because it's like they just are doing enough to win enough games to just run away from a bunch of other bad baseball teams in their division.
It is hard to believe in them. I'm
not saying believe in it, but they are a very good team. But to expect this to last is crazy. You can't live and die. You'll die by this, too, when you're playing Altuve in 3 different positions in the same week, when you've got minor leaguers filling your gaps. You can't sustain it.
When you've got Zach Short, a minor league third baseman, playing shortstop for you.
But it's a testament to their key dudes are showing up when they need to. You mentioned Catch. Catch is having a great year. Altuve, despite the weird positioning, still doing just enough to get him through.
Yeah.
Young bats are playing. But I don't think anybody is, even the most avid Astros fan, watched them, just completely bomb the Dodgers and still couldn't understand how.
I still don't believe in it. I can't buy into it. And I know I mean, would I like to be excited about it? Sure. But this is the first year in a while that I've gone into the season expecting the Astros to be kind of crappy, and they're not. And I guess I feel like I should just be like, oh, well, they're still finding a way. I just don't understand how it's possible.
And this is the thing that escapes me as a non-traditional lifetime baseball fan, is the rhythm of the 182 games. I get a long season. I get 82. Twice that, I don't get. So, what is now and what will be in September is so drastically different because you've done so much for so long. And that's the one thing as a baseball fan that I can't maintain that kind of rhythm. That's why I'm a late season fan, just because my fandom rests on momentum, and I don't ride waves very well.
Outside the NFL, every season is too long.
You're right. But at least my sensibilities are at 82 plus playoffs. It's not 182 plus playoffs.
Yeah.
So I'm very difficult for me to ride these waves. I get way too high too early, or I get way too low too early. No, not considering there's still 75 games to play.
Yeah. They've played 91 now, so 71 more to go.
So you're like, my God. And it's so far to go. But right now, the good news is, if I apply it to my basketball knowledge, is when you're comfortable knowing that the guy behind you is good enough for you to win if you're out. The guy that's beside you, no matter who it is, you're comfortable knowing, hey, I've won with this cat. It wasn't pretty, but we did it. I think he'll get that hit. I know I can lean into this. I can do some things trusting that what he's required or asked to do, I've seen him do it. And that's what turns good teams into great ones.
Well, yesterday they did lose that game yesterday to the Guardians, who had lost previously had lost 9 consecutive games. So they gave the Guardians their first win, and maybe they felt sorry for them. So they said, we'll start. They had a rookie center fielder making his major league debut yesterday.
Oh, so it's good for the fam. And there's some extra space to sell some of those tickets.
Well, all I know is I am fascinated that they're 55-36. They are they're the third best record in baseball, and that's what they're running out there. It is fascinating. Meanwhile, teams like that actually paid for their rosters. Atlanta comes to mind. The Padres come to mind. They're all garbage. The Texas Rangers comes to mind. No, they can't do anything, and they've got they got all their players. They're no good.
If you'd have told me that right
Orioles,
about now, the Astros would only be a game behind the Dodgers.
I know. I know.
Okay.
It is fascinating, man. I guess I should give credit where it's due. Like, the fact that they're doing it is fascinating to me. But come playoff time, I'm just gonna have a hard time believing. Like, I look at that Yankees lineup and I go, oh yeah, makes sense. They're good. They're a good sports team. Quite frankly, the Mariners. I don't know how the Mariners are 6.5 games behind the Astros. I don't know how. Their roster is way better than the Astros. Way better.
Well,
doesn't seem to matter.
Where's the pitching?
The Mariners have pitching. They've got it. It's just I don't know. I don't know. It's voodoo magic is all I can think to say. But yeah, I come playoff time, it's going to be hard for me to say, yeah, I believe in this Astros team.
Did Pena play yesterday?
No. He's on the IL.
Yeah.
He's on the IL. Jordan's hurt again. Apparently, like, he played 1 or 2 games. He's back to being hurt. They've just beat up all year. And like I said, Christian Walker had a baby. Like, dude, big deal. You had a baby. Get back to work. You ain't the woman. Get back to work, man. Get your ass back out there.
You sound like Marge Schott.
Yeah. Get your punk ass back on the field.
Man.
Got time to have no babies. I didn't see you pregnant.
The owner's a jerk.
Get out there and buy your. How you gonna feed that
wait
kid?
Till they have the
how
anonymous
you gonna feed
poll.
that kid if you ain't got a job?
The anonymous poll amongst players.
How you gonna feed him with no job, pal? That's what I'd say.
Biggest tool in all of baseball. Wouldn't even let me off for my kid's birthday against the Guardians on a Monday. It was a Monday night game. It made me come to work.
And you lost. Yeah,
they'd even
we lost because you weren't there. Thanks.
There was a guy making his debut, and Altuve standing short at second.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell's going on. I had to come to work.
Backup catcher playing first base instead because you weren't there.
Slaps.
All right, let's hit a break.
Alan Trammell's kid's black.
Who knew?
Man, there's stuff going on here.
Who knew? We'll talk some NBA Summer League on the other side. Morning Huddle 94.1.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We do have a disabled vehicle on Loop 410 westbound at Somerset. It's off to the shoulder. Another stall at 35 northbound just past Splashtown, right lane blocked. Downtown, we've got some ongoing road work, 35 lower level northbound Laredo to Martin Street. That's a full-on closure, and then upper level northbound Laredo to Martin Street. 2 inside lanes are closed. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radio.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. Business owners can now keep in touch with up to 200 staff members at one time. Go to rapidradios.com now for up to 60% off and free shipping.
Eat up, buddy. It's almost time for school.
You take charge of your home. You take charge of your work.
Don't forget to take charge of your gut health too with Nature Made probiotics. Nature Made has clinically studied probiotics that work with your digestive tract's natural bacteria, so you won't miss a beat in your daily routine. Find us in the vitamin aisle. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
ZipRecruiter is the place. ZipRecruiter is the place for talented teachers, savvy software developers, and master mixologists. ZipRecruiter is the place where you meet all these people and more. That's because ZipRecruiter is the place for job seekers who are looking for new opportunities. In fact, ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day, so you can find the right candidates right away. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
When you bundle renters and auto with Progressive, you can save while protecting your most valuable possessions, like your really expensive limited edition sneakers and your new suit for your cousin's wedding. Except you never actually bought the suit because you can't stop buying sneakers. So you show up to the wedding looking like you're going grocery shopping. But hey, at least your sneakers will look good in the pictures. Until you're cropped out of every last one of them. So go ahead and get Progressive, so you can save while protecting the things that matter to you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Eat up, buddy. It's almost time for school.
You take charge of your home. You take charge of your work. Don't forget to take charge of your gut health too with Nature Made probiotics. Nature Made has clinically studied probiotics that work with your digestive tract's natural bacteria, so you won't miss a beat in your daily routine. Find us in the vitamin aisle. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
The right stuff. Mom, it's like the 80s in here. It's so hot.
It's totally in the 80s.
Call Right Home Services.
Don't get stuck with a bogus AC. 210-444.
If you need to hire, it seems like the whole process can be exhausting. You search resumes, wait for the right candidates to apply, set up initial interviews. It's a lot of time and work. Well, what if you could meet with qualified candidates for your job the very next day? Now you can with Zip Intro from ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Zip Intro is super easy to use. You simply pick a time, and it does all the work of finding and scheduling qualified candidates for you. Then you can choose who you want to talk to and meet with great people on back-to-back video calls as soon as the next day. Best of all, you save time and energy.
Try Zip Intro for free right now at this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Zip Intro. Post jobs today, talk to qualified candidates tomorrow. Once again, go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Don't let pain hold you back from living your best life. I'm Dr. Jason Garrett with Arasti. At Arasti, we're dedicated to providing fast, effective relief from pain. Whether you've been dealing with a chronic discomfort for years or have recently suffered an injury, our goal is to help you recover quickly. Our treatment is all natural, non-invasive, and covered by most insurance plans. With convenient locations nearby, relief is just a call away. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti, we fix pain fast.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz with college football right around the corner, we will visit with Phil Steele from Phil Steele's Magazine, get his thoughts on the SEC, the Big 12, and the UTSA Roadrunners. The Spurs wrap up their California Summer League tonight against the Lakers. Plus, we'll hear from the newest Spur, Luke Kornet, after his press conference.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This is Joe Reinagle. You're listening to the home of the Aggies, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Bottle full of bub, I got what you need if you need to fill a buzz. I'm into having sex, I ain't into making love, so come give me a hug if you into getting rubbed.
What?
Bottle full of bub.
What?
Come on.
Is this Coolio?
This is Fitty. Come on, man. See the bins on Dubs. It's 29s in the club.
Hey, happy birthday, man. My boy, Jack Thompson, turning 29 today.
Yeah.
He might be on 29. 29 with a bullet.
Deuce 9, baby.
At 30, your life changes.
Old balls and loose skin.
So it's all down here.
It's all coming,
from here,
buddy.
son. But happy birthday to my number one.
Nice. Big celebration tonight?
Yeah, we're going out to dinner. I don't know where we're going. It's kind of dealer's choice, but we are.
All
we'll
right.
be gathering together.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't get invited to his party, so.
You did too.
No.
You got invited to the engagement party. You just chose not to attend.
I don't go to engagement parties. That's a made-up party.
That was my first.
Yeah, I don't do that. Sorry, Jack. I go to birthday parties. Actually, don't invite me to anything. Nobody should invite me to anything ever. I'm no fun in social settings anyway.
He really
Only
is.
to the burnt bean.
Yeah, I mean, I'm good to go out to eat or
now,
whatever.
Speaking of, burnt bean is, they're okay, right?
Yeah.
I
don't think
square.
so.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Good.
Yeah. We got to talk about the Phoenix Suns for a minute.
Well, okay. I want to hear your thoughts.
What? Okay.
No, I mean, I think we're on the same boat, but I do see a sense of change. I see some defrosting from the iceberg.
Well, are things getting better or worse?
Well, I think it's one of those situations that's going to have to get worse. But at least they're starting to cut out the cancer.
Okay, so let's start with that. The Bradley Beal contract buyout, which it seems imminent. The Suns want Bradley Beal gone, and it is going to complicate things long term. It is going to, like, it turns out it looks like when they got rid of Kevin Durant, they were able to bring in some positive assets because Kevin Durant's not a total bum and isn't a massively overpaid guy. Beal is. So you're not getting anything for him. No one wants the contract. He's got a no trade clause somehow. Now, don't get me wrong. He's still like a decent player. He's just, and if in fact, outside of Devin Booker, he's probably the second best player on the Suns still.
When healthy, when fully functioning, Bradley Beal is a high-end two-guard in the league. Yes, no doubt.
But
not that much money.
This is, I think there's a lot of the headaches about the no-trade clause. Like I would imagine Phoenix is not going to be handing out no-trade clauses anymore.
Yeah,
this is probably a lesson learned.
I always looked at no-trade clauses that were demanded by players. If you have to, it's kind of like if a union starts at your company, you kind of deserve it. So if a player is dealing with you and demands a no-trade clause, they don't trust you. So some of this was their bed, but this was a deal that was made, prior. But if you're part of this, it's normally your fault. Unfortunately, everybody in Phoenix, they had nothing to do with this no-trade clause. They didn't sign it. They just inherited it.
Yeah, I think that's going to go away. Like Phoenix has learned now, we're not doing this anymore.
Just don't do it.
Okay. And I think most teams, once they do it once, they go, oh.
This was stupid.
This was a bad call.
I gave away way too much hand.
All right. Here's the financial implications of this, right? Right now, today, the Suns' payroll is $218.6 million. Now, mind you, the line for the luxury tax is $187.9. The second apron is $207.8, which means this would be their second straight year over the second apron. What that does is it would freeze their 2033 pick.
Yep.
First round pick. And if they are above the second apron one more time in the next 3 years, their 2032 first round pick will automatically be number 30 overall, no matter what. Even if they're the worst team, you get the 30th pick.
Why do you think that's the case? It seems so drastic, but it is a way for the players to assure that the mayonnaise is spread around the league, that you cannot hoard talent. It's just not possible in this league anymore.
Well, and I mean, when it works, they
all have to be kids.
I mean, it's one thing to go, oh, we've got the 30th pick, big deal. Well, the Suns, not only do they have this crazy payroll, they're about to pay $385 million. That they only have 13 players under contract, which that's not enough. They're paying them $385 million, and they have a bad roster. So, it's a total S show, but here's what it comes down to. If the Suns just say, okay, we're going to waive Bradley Beal, that's great. But you still owe him 2 years fully guaranteed supermax money.
Yeah, they'll probably buy that down.
That's the goal. That's why people are talking buyout. So in this arrangement, typically the way it works is the player will say, okay, this is what I expect to make on the open market. I'll take what you owe me less that, and I'll go pick my team.
Well, he's going to pick the Clippers, and the Clippers are going to pay him probably $35 to $40 million.
The problem is I don't know that they are. We're pretty late in the free agency thing now. A lot of teams don't have a bunch of money. A lot of teams aren't looking for Bradley Beal. So now on top of a buyout, what Phoenix is going to end up doing is using that stretch provision that the Bucks just used with Dame Lillard, which is like
it's the Bobby Bonilla light.
Yeah.
We pay you off for time, installments.
Now, the problem with that is you can only stretch 15% of the salary cap at a time, which I didn't realize until I was reading up on this.
It's like keeping a floor to your salary cap to make sure everybody getting paid.
And they already have stretched money to Nasir Little and EJ Liddell. So, and it's $3.8 million, so it's not nearly what they're going to try to stretch here, but it's still, if you're only allowed to stretch 15% of the current salary cap, that's a good chunk of it. So they legally, if they waive him at his full salary, they can't even stretch it because it would take them over that 15%. So in order to make a stretch legal, Beal has to give up $14 million over the life of his contract.
And you think he's going to do that out of the goodness of his heart?
So they have to pay him $97 million to go away.
Oh, man. I'd like that deal.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
So this is there's so many ramifications to this. Now, first of all, Phoenix is going to have to divest, and they're going to have to lose some money doing it. We know that's coming. But think about the situation. You're an owner that bought into the Phoenix Suns, and you paid X amount of money. And, Ishbia's doing, some of this is of his doing, some of this stuff he inherited. But for whatever the case is, this is a roster that is in full rebuild with one guy, Devin Booker. And they're going to sign him to everything. So you put this on the backdrop. If I'm an owner and I look and you're trying to add 2 more teams, which is going to be another drain on talent. Now, I know I'm in the middle of a rebuild, and I could certainly use $1 billion because basically you add 2 basketball teams, and yet they'll come in at about $8 billion apiece. Every owner's going to come in with about $500-800 million in their bank. That's just their money. So you got money coming, but do I really want to bring in 2 more teams while I'm in the middle of a rebuild? Maybe we put off this.
Well, I'm sure. I don't know that. I mean, you think every team feels that way,
well,
or just
I think
the Suns?
But you have to have at least, I would think, a 2/3 majority of the league to vote yes. So there's a backdrop here. You don't want some of the pillars of the NBA teams to be in the midst of a rebuild when you're trying to convince them to make a little bit of money, but at the same time sacrifice 30 NBA players will no longer be available to you as you're in the middle of your rebuild.
Well, and I'm sure the trade-off would be we get some adjustment in what the tax lines are and things like that.
You'll make more money, but suddenly your rebuild got that much harder, and you're right in the middle of all this. So I'm just saying, when you watch a team like Phoenix in the middle of this absolute divestment, like we're shedding everything because of prior administration, and it's going to cost us a lot, and we're going to try to rebuild around one dude. Well, at the same time, with all these draft picks, they're going to disappear, and there'll be a supplemental draft. So what little talent I do have, most of it or some of it will be up.
Okay, so Jose, this is the question. Denver paid Russ to go away. Why not pay Beal to go away?
So much more.
We'll discuss that on the other side. Morning Huddle 94.1.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star and the Gomez Law Firm present the second annual Back to School Drive, Saturday, August 2nd from 11 till 1 p.m. or while supplies last at the Gomez Law Firm, 2943 Moss Rock Drive. Free backpacks and school supplies for all school-aged children while supplies last, so don't be late. Presented by the Gomez Law Firm, 2943 Moss Rock Drive. Sponsored in part by North Park Toyota, Central Mid, Romo Doors, and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Circa Million and Circa Survivor are back with a massive $21 million in guaranteed prizes. Circa Million, pick 5 games against the spread each week. 126 ways to win with $6 million guaranteed. Circa Survivor, 1 pick a week, no point spread. Last the longest to win it all. $15 million guaranteed. Enter in Nevada, play from anywhere. $21 million guaranteed. Visit circasports.com for details.
4th of July savings are here at the Home Depot, so it's time to get your grilling on. Pick up the Traeger Pro Series 22-pellet grill and smoker, now on special buy for $389, was $549. Smoke a rack of ribs or bake an apple pie, this grill is versatile enough to do it all. This summer, no matter how you like your steaks, your barbecues are guaranteed to be well done. Celebrate 4th of July with fast free delivery on select grills right now at the Home Depot, subject to availability.
If you could hear Old Spice Fiji Antiperspirant, what would it sound like? First, you'd start with Fiji Antiperspirant's amazing scent of palm trees. Add pure notes of fresh coconut and layer on 24/7 odor and sweat protection. You won't hear any dyes or parabens because with Fiji, you won't have any. So while your regular antiperspirant sounds like this, Old Spice Fiji sounds like this. Sounds like it smells amazing.
Why'd I go to the doctor? My heart would race just taking my son to practice. It didn't feel right. So I got checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
By texting 64000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Real Success. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Term supply available at ourrealsuccess.com.
Do you want to learn how to make money flipping houses and acquiring rental properties right here in San Antonio without using your own money? You'll learn to flip houses and secure rental properties in your spare time to get on track towards real wealth building. We're offering a handful of motivated individuals the opportunity to attend our workshop right here in San Antonio for free. That's right, we'll give you 2 free tickets when you text EARN to 64,000. San Antonio is the perfect market to flip houses and build rental income. Don't miss this opportunity. Come to a complimentary live 2-hour workshop next week right here in San Antonio and learn how to start making money flipping homes and building long-term wealth with rental properties. To get 2 free tickets, text EARN to 64,000. Text in the next 10 minutes, and registrants will also receive a free copy of our Funding for Deals guide. Text EARN to 64,000 for 2 complimentary tickets. Text EARN to 64,000.
Progressive knows when you're on your boat, you're already on vacation. And Vacation You forgets all your worries. Vacation You doesn't even keep track of time and knows that time is a meaningless construct designed to control us, man. But Regular You knows you don't want to be too far out in the water after the sun goes down because Vacation You doesn't know how to navigate in the dark yet. Vacation You and Regular You really need to get on the same page. So bundle your boat with your home or auto policy and earn an automatic discount from Progressive. And spend the savings on the both of you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
The Black Friday and July event from Dell Technologies is here with deals on tech like the Dell 14 Plus featuring Intel Core Ultra processors starting at $699.99. Visit Dell.com/deals.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
This is all-time low.
Oh, yeah! That sounds like I'm driving a car in a video game. Sounds like GTA.
Yeah.
I just took out a junkie just now. I just took him out.
It's
sounds
me
like
going
I'm
around a
making love to a lady.
Dude.
Nah, I'm going around.
If that was mine, I'm out. That was it.
You're tired. You're already tired.
I need something a little bit slower.
This is what I'm into. I'm making love.
I'll pull a hammy.
Man, your calves really hurt now.
Whoa, you think they're burning now.
All right. So Jose, before the break, said Denver paid Russ to go away, Russell Wilson. Why not pay Beal to go away?
Very different contracts, very different structures.
But here's the real thing about this. So this is the hiccup in this whole thing. If you do pay him to go away, if let's say he does agree to giving up that $14 million, which means Phoenix would pay him $97 million over the next 5 years to be gone with that stretch. This would immediately drop Beal's cap figure from 53.5 to 19.5. Chop $34 million off the payroll. Now you're below the luxury line entirely. So that's great. You're not going to hit the repeater tax. You reset that entirely. So if you do it later on down the road, there's no foul, and all of a sudden you're in good shape, right? Well, that's great in the short term. But the long term is now you're paying Bradley Beal for 3 more years than you already agreed to. And the problem with Phoenix is they don't really have a way to get better.
Not in the short term.
They don't have any of their draft picks. They have $170 million on the books already for not this coming season, but the next one. And if the cap only goes up less than 10%, which it will go up less than 10%, you're not going to be able to spend any money in free agency either. And now this takes me to the whole other part of this Phoenix thing is why are we giving Devin Booker $75 million a year?
Because that's how much your stars cost now.
Devin Booker's not that.
Well, it is to them. That's
just, if you're going to reset, which you move on from KD, you're trying to get out from this disgusting Beal contract, you should just hard reset.
Well, he's a player.
He ain't a $75 million a year player.
He kind of is.
There's no world where he's that.
Well,
he's the best.
There's the statistical world, and then there is the entertainment ticket sales world, and in that world, he is.
Okay. Well, I'm in the world where a Devin Booker-led team won 36 games last year.
Well, you could argue that was a Kevin Durant-led team. I'm not saying that you're right. I'm just saying that in the way that the NBA is set up, he's going to get that. He is the Phoenix Sun. He is Devin Booker.
I don't.
And it's not. Ja Morant's going to get it. The faces of the franchises get that, and everybody has one, and he's Phoenix.
Dude, that's why Phoenix is going to stay a loser.
Well, yeah. I'm not saying it's the right thing, but that's just the thing. And in the grand scheme, given what he has done, Team USA, scoring, he's done everything asked of him, and he's going to get that in Phoenix he's theirs, and I think the fans want him there. There's certainly, you can build a team paying that guy that kind of money. Everybody else does. It's just you're just a couple years away from being able to do that, and you're going to have to pay him now. But, that's just the economics of the league. That's just how they want the league to be administered.
Devin Booker is already signed through 2028 at $61 million per year.
And so some of this money ain't going to kick in until much later when they've already got some of this back.
But who's to say Devin Booker is worth a damn? And why pay him right now exorbitant amounts? It doesn't make any sense to me. You have 2 more years of him already where you're paying him more than I would want to pay him. Where he's going to be he's making more money next year than anybody in the league made this year already.
Well, one of the things I've found in the NBA that they don't talk about much is sometimes these contracts are kind of like I'm trying to find a bit. It's money to stash that's not really taxable, that's available to you. Let's say next year a player comes available, and I've got this contract money tied up in Devin,
But if Devin's willing to extend his contract a couple years, I can squeeze some more money out. I can find some money to use to go get a dude that might not have been available at the time. And if Booker's more than willing to bring him in, I saw Tim Duncan do this over and over and over. Just the money was stashed in Duncan's contract. They needed a player. Now, why don't we spread this out and give us some of the money out of your deal? And he would, and then they could sign the player, and I think they might still be paying Tim Duncan for all I know. But I do think it's a way to stash money.
I think Phoenix is arguably the dumbest franchise in the NBA.
Well, I think there's a lot of good contestants. There's several that would give them a run for the money.
All right, we got 1 hour down, 3 to go. Morning Huddle 94.1.
This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
6 for 6, and the Aggies have the lead.
Your home for Aggies football. KTFM Floresville.
This report is sponsored by Taco Bell.
Crispy chicken's better in a Taco Bell taco or burrito or both. Try Taco Bell's new Crispy Chicken Taco and or burrito today at participating Taco Bell stores for a limited time only while supplies last. Contact store for availability.
Do you disregard people's personal space? Sitting next to people in public, even if there are tons of open seats? Do people ask, how do you sleep at night? Then you should get a mattress from Mattress Firm. They can help anyone sleep. It's Mattress Firm's July 4th sale. Now through Tuesday, save up to 70% on top brands and get a queen mattress for just $89.99. Get matched at Mattress Firm. Sleep at night. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Fight back against low energy with TRT at Synergenics and Low T Center. TRT has never been easier with the new Synergenics Health app. Take the test, get the results, and control your treatment from your phone. Book now while the test is free at fixmylowt.com. That's fixmylowt.com.
Mom, it's like the 80s in here. It's so hot.
It's totally in the 80s. Our AC is bogus.
Call Right Home Services.
At Right Home Services, we love the 80s, just not on your thermostat. Don't get stuck with a bogus AC. The right AC services, the right team, and the right price. 210-444.
The right stuff. Now we can chill, Mom.
4th of July savings are here at the Home Depot, so it's time to get your grilling on. Pick up the Traeger Pro Series 22-pellet grill and smoker, now on special buy for $389, was $549. Smoke a rack of ribs or bake an apple pie, this grill is versatile enough to do it all. This summer, no matter how you like your steaks, your barbecues are guaranteed to be well done. Celebrate 4th of July with fast free delivery on select grills right now at the Home Depot. Subject to availability.
Free products and services are the best. They're next to non-existent, though. But the next best thing does exist. Barter. Alamo Barter. Right here in San Antonio, if you have a business and provide a product or service, you can barter with hundreds of other businesses that are already members. From trips to a medical visit, restaurants and home services, Alamo Barter is a great way for you to trade out your skills with others. Call Alamo Barter or visit them online at alamobarter.com. alamobarter.com.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Progressive knows when you're on your boat, you're already on vacation. And Vacation You forgets all your worries. Vacation You doesn't even keep track of time and knows that time is a meaningless construct designed to control us, man. But Regular You knows you don't want to be too far out in the water after the sun goes down because Vacation You doesn't know how to navigate in the dark yet. Vacation You and Regular You really need to get on the same page. So bundle your boat with your home or auto policy and earn an automatic discount from Progressive. And spend the savings on the both of you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
ZipRecruiter is the place. ZipRecruiter is the place for talented teachers, savvy software developers, and master mixologists. ZipRecruiter is the place where you meet all these people and more. That's because ZipRecruiter is the place for job seekers who are looking for new opportunities. In fact, ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day, so you can find the right candidates right away. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/free. That's ziprecruiter.com/free.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We are working a couple of trouble spots. I-10 eastbound before you get to Probant. That wreck is in the right lane as you stop and go from 35. Seguin area, I-10 westbound before you get to FM 775. This accident involving an auto transport trailer. It's blocking the left lane and the grassy median, and it's causing about a 15-minute delay, slow from FM 464. Now, if you guys see something we're not talking about, call us on the traffic tip line. We'll check it out. 210-785-2601. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
The Spurs are wrapping up the California Summer League tonight, taking on the Los Angeles Lakers at 9 o'clock. In other Spurs news, they officially signed Luke Kornet. The former Celtic big man agreed to a 4-year, $41 million deal. He will wear number 7 and, quote, hopes to be 1/3 as good as Tim Duncan. Finally, in the NBA, Orlando Magic forward Paolo Banchero agreed to a 5-year rookie max extension worth up to $287 million. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
7:02 on the Morning Huddle, 94.1. We're talking about the Phoenix Suns and where they're at now. And I think a lot of it boils down to you and I have different opinions of what Devin Booker is. Like, I think Devin Booker's a good player.
He's more than that. He's an all-NBA type. He's a starter amongst his peers.
He was an all-NBA type 4 years ago.
But when you look at Team USA, he's a starter amongst his peers.
Phoenix is Team USA.
Well, it is when you look at the hierarchy of players. He is that good. Now, he's been surrounded by some bad dudes and some bad coaching and some crumbling environments. But at some point, you have to to maintain continuity and to be able to convince players to come, you have to provide a stable workforce. And if you're willing to just cut a guy loose because everything else went wrong and he came to work every day, he doesn't get hurt, he comes to play, he's a 25-a-night guy, he can rip off a 50-burger whenever. Is there some deficiencies? Yeah, he doesn't play a whole lot of defense, but when it comes down to it, he's a top 20 guy in the league. There's 30 guys in the entirety of there's 30 teams. So that kind of guy gets paid $70 million a year.
You just described all the things you said. You described Carmelo Anthony.
No, I described something different. Well, right now he is Carmelo Anthony. Yes, I would say that.
Yeah.
But there's not a team in the NBA when Carmelo was playing that would not have happily had him.
And there's not a team in the NBA that would have won with him.
Oh, that's a lie. Come on.
Why, dude?
He chose poorly.
Never
he
win?
chose. The thing about Carmelo was, and maybe this will end up being Devin Booker, is Carmelo always chose the dollar over wins. He chose money.
What do you think? You think Devin Booker feels like Phoenix is going to be a big winner?
I think Devin's detriment could be that he takes this max deal, and that will preclude him from ever winning.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean he doesn't deserve the money.
Okay. Yeah, I think this is a losing team throwing money at a losing situation.
I think you're probably to some extent right, but a lot of this circumstance is you have to at some point provide a field at which players are willing to come to. And Devin Booker's put in the work. He's put in the time. He hadn't done anything wrong. He hadn't asked to leave. He doesn't want to go. He's happy where he is. Those are the guys, when you trade that away and you go chasing free agents, they go, well, what happens to me if you're going to cut me loose at the moment anything goes bad or south? I can't trust you. I mean, there's more to when we're dealing with superstars, that upper echelon. You have to be more than just with the money. You have to provide a little bit more security.
Do you think any other team in the league would pay Devin Booker $75 million a year on the open market?
Right now, I think they'd happily trade for it. I think there's a lot of teams that would love to have him, but Devin Booker.
For $75 million a year?
Again, we always have these arguments about the dollar amount. Well, the dollar is like the thermometer. It's going to continue going up. And what's $75 million is expensive now. In 5 years, it'll be the second way. It'll be the second level of player. So when you look at if we're signing him for a deal that's not even going to kick in for 3 more years, by that point, at 32 or whatever he'll be, he'll still be in the prime, and he'll be appropriately paid, and we'll still have money to pay other dudes because that's the way the league is set up. I'm allowed to have 2 superstars, and both of them can make over $72 million a year.
Sure, you know, you're probably what you're saying right now is probably exactly what Washington thought when they gave Bradley Beal that money initially.
Well, no,
down the road that'll be a bargain. And then,
a lot of teams have done
it's
that.
Not
it's not just Washington. But on the other side of that, we hammer the Cowboys for not doing that, for waiting until they pay market value instead of investing early and hoping and expecting. I mean, yes, you are fishing, but the great GMs see that, and they pay those guys early, knowing at the time, yeah, it's a lot, but in 4 years, he'll be average or better, and I've got a superstar in my building. I've already got him, and those guys are hard to come by.
See, to me, this is the Cowboys paying Dak what they paid him.
Well,
like paying a good player more money than everybody.
But in 2 years,
it doesn't make any sense to me.
With every year, that Dak contract will look better and better and better. Now, when you first sign it, it looks terrible.
Not if Dak is what he is.
But if they'd have signed Dak appropriately 4 years before, they'd have paid him a whole lot less money, but they waited for market. In 4 years, what does Devin's deal look like? It'll probably look pretty damn good when there's guys getting paid $90 million a year. When Cooper Flagg is signing that second deal, what do you think the market's going to look like? So, you're risking, and Devin is at the very least a little bit older than some of the guys, but I do expect him to remain at superstar level for the next couple of years. Now, is it going to be good enough to win a title? No, but it's our best guy kind of thing. And he is their best guy and will be paid to do so, and he'll probably end up being a Phoenix Sun for life.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of teams. There's 30 other teams that are, there's 28 teams that are in the same boat. There's only one title.
It's what we talk about. It's the Jose Cruz syndrome.
He's so much better than Cruz.
No,
he is. I mean,
he's a good player.
He's far more than that. He is one of the top 30 guys, according to Team USA. He's probably the second or third best 2-guard in the league, and he probably got knocked down to 4th because of how you define Shea. But there's a lot of what he does fits this modern game. It does. And more than anything else, he's also a good guy. I mean, he's never been in trouble, and he's never hurt.
I mean, they won 36 games, though. At some point,
he is alone.
Who cares? He's a nice guy. Great. Alone.
Look at the rest of this team.
Kevin Durant was with him.
Yeah, and look what happened.
The best offensive weapon in the history of time was there.
Yeah, and so 2 offensive guys together. It was not a good matchup. It wasn't a good formed team, and they're ending it. It was a poorly designed idea.
The best thing they could have done, in my opinion, because like you said, you do have to sell tickets. Keep Kevin Durant, trade Devin Booker, and when
because
Kevin Durant
he's better.
And
he's better. Keep Kevin Durant. Yeah.
Well, but also Kevin Durant isn't going to be on your team for 5 more years.
But you want to get rid of Durant.
At some point, you want to reset.
They are, and they're resetting with a superstar already. Yes, he is. In your mind, he's not. To the rest of the league and to those who kind of pay attention, he is. He is that good. Now, he's alone, and he'll never be a guy to win it by himself, but there's only 2 or 3 guys in the world that can.
Okay, but now you realize, I just read off to you why he is going to be alone for the next 5 years.
And that's the bet he's making. Again, he could very well become Carmelo Anthony. He is making his bet. He is taking the money, knowing full well there's nobody else coming around to bid if you take it. But, that's his prerogative.
I mean, it's fascinating to me. I don't see the world where this guy is like
But I do think they're kind of stashing money. He knows full well if I'm ever going to win, I can't eat up 20% of this salary cap. I can't. I know the
It doesn't
position
seem
I'm in.
that he knows that.
Well, I think you put the money in the contract and come to me when you got a deal, and maybe I'll be willing to extend out according to what the league will allow me to do. That 15% spread you guys get to buy out. You can also spread some contracts out from your players. There is some flexibility there. So I think it gives him a little bit more control over the franchise, apart from being, dude, we're sinking or swimming together. I mean, they're married. But he could become the Carmelo. He could be the anchor on the team because of all that, and I'm sure he's aware of that. But, hey, man, it's his prerogative. But he's earned it.
Statistically, this season, he is the equal of Jalen Brunson.
Well, he was playing apart from the dude you just called the greatest offensive player in basketball. So, yes, his numbers were going to be down.
But also, Jalen Brunson was
an MVP candidate
in the second round, or the Eastern Conference semifinals, and Phoenix couldn't even make a play-in.
No, they couldn't. They didn't have the talent.
I mean,
and they didn't have the coach. They didn't have the administration. They didn't have anything.
His stats are very similar to Trae Young. The idea of paying Trae Young $75 million a year.
You better button down. It's happening.
This is why teams like Atlanta and Phoenix stay where they are.
Well, yes and
this
no.
This is why bummy teams stay bummy, because they pay good players great player money.
Well, you have to. And you're right. You have to, though. I mean, that the league is structured for every team to pay their superstar the max and make it fairly easy to do that.
What's the line where you go, boy, this is getting out of hand?
I mean, we'll say the same
when
thing
Miami
about
pays Tyler Hero $70 million. What are we going to say?
We could apply the same thing to the NFL in the search for quarterbacks. The league is set up for you to go, and if you don't have the quarterback, you better keep searching. You pay a bunch of money for the draft pick, and you take it and you cut them.
Exactly.
But the search continues. They got a star. Once you get the star, you got to pay him because you don't get them very often.
Devin Booker is Dak Prescott. He has a big pile of empty numbers that is never going to lead to wins.
And that's how the league is structured. Everybody's got that guy. Whether he supplies the wins or not, every team has that guy, the max paid dude that we're investing our future in it. And if it doesn't pay out, we'll move on. But there's a lot of guys just like Dak, and Devin's the same thing. If you take too much money, you're not good enough to do it by yourself. And if you take too much, you'll never do it because you can't do it by yourself. And that's the league. You've encapsulated all of professional sports.
It's fascinating to me that Phoenix, while they're trying their best, they're doing everything they can to get out of this financial hell that they're in.
Well, I mean, you define it as financial hell. They're still making money. I mean, it's not like the Phoenix Suns are going to go broke because they're paying Devin $72 million.
When I say financial hell, salary cap hell.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the ticket, they're fine. They're not going to go under.
I mean, it makes it easier to make that decision no matter what.
When you talk about salary cap, and being able to remain a competitive organization, they're doing everything they can to get away from all their past mistakes.
Well, he's one of their actual non-mistakes.
No, you're right, until they start giving him $75 million a year.
What's the difference between 65 and 75?
Well, first of all, no one in the league makes 65
Well, I'm just saying,
now.
I mean, he's at 62?
No.
Well, the league average now will be the 62 for max. I mean, if he's not there yet, he will be. I mean, so they're just keeping up with the Joneses. They're not doing anything more than the rest of the league is doing.
But there's no one else in the league is making $75 million
a year. Because he's the first one in line. I mean, you look at what Deshaun got. I mean, sometimes the next guy up gets it, whether they deserve it or not.
He's got 3 more years under. He's not the next guy up.
But in 5 years, I'm telling you, that number he's getting will look okay. He'll probably be in the lesser of the top 10 players in 5 years with the extension. It will look okay. In fact, today it looks ridiculous. In 5 years, I think he won't ever be underpaid. He'll be average paid.
You know who thought that same thing you're talking about?
A lot of guys, not just one.
The 76ers thought that when they gave Joel Embiid all that money down the road.
Yes, and a lot of teams have paid through the nose for that, and it hasn't worked. The essence of sports. Yes, you invest in what you got and you hope for the best because those guys just don't show up. And if you cast an Embiid aside, those guys end up being stars. You got to play the guys you got, and then you pay the price. They went on a team that did not work. And their best guys suffered. Durant suffered. Nobody survived that. Coaches got fired. Guys are getting bought out right and left. It was a disaster. But he was the one thing they could look at and go, well, at least he showed up for work. He gave me everything he had, and everything else collapsed around him. He gets paid. That's how the league works.
That is such a loser mentality.
It's not the loser. That's how the salary cap is designed. That's the way the NBA players want it. That's the way the owners want it. Every team gets a star, and you better pay your star, or guys like us blow you up because you're not even trying. We're watching the Nationals right now fire everybody. The highest paid guy on their team is $10 million. They're in the midst of a reset, the likes of which that we would be happy with, unless you're part of it and you go, holy crap, spend some money.
But like when you say every team gets a star, like it doesn't mean that you just pay the money just so you can say we've got a star. Like, don't let their salary make them a star.
He has taken his team to the finals. He's been a good citizen.
4 years ago.
It's still within recent memory. I mean, we had a head coach fired from Denver a year after the finals. We argued that what? So should they have kept him for 4 more years? I don't know. But I think that there are players in this league, whether they are top 30 or top 15 on every team, that get the max because that's what the league is structured for you to do. They have a basement. There's a minimum you have to pay. But there's also a salary cap to ensure that everybody gets paid.
Yeah, there's no way this works out for Phoenix.
No, but, there's also, like I said, there's only one champion, and there's 28 teams that thought they had it right, that went home earlier than they expected. So it ain't that hard to turn around. You just got to draft correctly.
Yeah, I think a lot of, like I said, maybe the way I view Devin Booker is just different than the way you view, and maybe the league views him in a different way than I view him. I just think Devin Booker he's a nice player.
He's a very good player. And I think the application of Carmelo Anthony might be just about appropriate because amongst his peers, everybody who was ever around him is like, he's one of the best ballers I've ever seen.
Yeah.
But he just never won, and he chased the dollar. And he got paid so much his teams could never afford to get good around him, and he didn't really care because he got his, he hangs his mantle on, I got a college title and I got an Olympic title, and that's enough for me.
And
Devin could say
money.
the very same thing.
Yep. And I think Phoenix is going to – I think they're going to look back and go, man, next year when they don't make the play-in, they're going to go –
I don't think they expect play-in next year. I'm serious. I think they're looking at like a 3 or 4 year deal.
Then would it make you just mentioned the Nationals. Their best player makes what, $10 million a year?
I think it's 10. I think their highest paid player actually isn't even on their team.
Okay.
I think they're paying somebody else's salary.
It's probably Anthony Rendon.
Yeah.
Let's say they went out next year and spent $60 million on one guy.
Which
we'd all go, well, that's dumb because now you're adding a $60 million guy to a team that has no chance of winning, and now you're going to pay $60 million more for a team that has no chance of winning.
But that's
what
guy
Phoenix is doing.
Well, no, the opposite. It's the opposite. They've already got the guy. They're just keeping a guy they've already got. It's the equivalent of paying your best pitcher even though you're never going to win much.
It's the Jose Cruz thing.
Cruz was. I mean,
it's Jose
the
Cruz.
application of Jose Cruz, who was never even more than barely an all-star, never considered all MLB. I mean, Devin Booker has been. I mean,
4 years ago he was. Yes.
Well, yes. The further you go down this, you're not painting yourself in the right picture. There's a lot of people. Look at the Brigade Bar. Am I alone in this? I haven't looked at it. I really don't think I'm alone here. I don't think he's as bad as you've portrayed him. And sometimes I think you walk out on a ledge and you can't bring yourself back. He is a top 20 dude, and top 20 dudes get paid this kind of money. It's just the league. He's not even – I mean, there's 10 dudes that probably deserve it that'll never get it.
I actually think the Brigade Bar for once agrees with me. Booker has KD and Beal, Rob. He's not getting better teammates than that. Booker's not
KD and Beal are better teammates. Okay.
Booker's not a superstar. Booker's overrated. Dude hasn't even been the best player on his team. This was never his team. Dude is a Robin making $75 million a year. Booker is a superstar, but not a superstar.
There's one.
I
agree with him.
Booker will give you 50 in a loss.
That's true.
Border Jumper said I'd rather have a Booker at QB than Dak.
Maybe they could switch.
Yeah. So it seems like not a lot of people.
Not a lot of respect for Devin Booker's game.
Jose says in a few years Phoenix is going to be thinking the same thing. How can we get rid of Booker and pay him to leave? That's what I think is going to happen. That's why of all the teams that would do this, it feels like the example of what happens is right here in front of you.
Well, maybe. Maybe. Again, I think the application of the Carmelo thing is the best. If he chose to take less money, I think we'd applaud him and say, yeah, you're helping to build a great team. If he chose, hey, you know what? Save this money and spend some money to get my team better. That's just doesn't seem like his mentality. I'm going to get the most. And again, this money doesn't apply for 3 years.
Yeah.
I mean, it won't even matter to their salary cap till then. So in 3 years, again, I think it'll be even. I don't think they're any better off. But they'll have their star and chance to go get another over the next couple of years. But they're not going to the playoffs this year or next. I think that we can all agree on that.
But it feels like back in 2020, 2021, when Devin Booker when Bradley Beal was scoring 31 points per game, people were going like, wow, maybe it makes sense to pay this dude. It just feels like the cautionary tale is right there in your house, and you're dealing with the problem.
And he's not the only one. I mean, there's a lot of guys there's another guy on his team, and John Wall, who got the same amount of money. I mean, there's a lot of dudes sitting on teams that are well overpaid for one great year.
It's a guy who
Chris Middleton I can talk about.
It's a guy who marries a stripper and then has a really ugly divorce and loses all his stuff, and then immediately goes and starts dating a stripper seriously again and says, I think I'm going to marry her.
Well, see, Devin, the thing is, he's not a bad guy. I mean, he's never.
Well, Bradley Beal's not a bad guy.
Bradley was a bit of a malinger in Washington. They took on that contract hoping that they could fix him. You know, it felt like there was a lot more going on in Washington than him just kind of being hurt. Like, I don't want to play for these fools. And they thought they could fix him, and they couldn't. He's turned out to be exactly the guy everybody thought he was. Devin's always been a good guy. He comes to work. He's never been hurt. He's always been the first one out of the locker room. He's the team leader. He's the guy.
All right, we got to hit a break. Rob, you tell me about Arosty.
Oh, if you woke up this morning in pain, there's a fix. So many of us live a life that is kind of limited by pain. You know, I had a great weekend up in Colorado. I was able to get up and go, but my goodness, I can't imagine trying to schedule a vacation around something that's keeping me out of life. And if that's you, get it fixed. Arosty around San Antonio is here to help you. Because of what they do and how they do it, they lead the country in getting people out of pain in quick and unique ways. Because it's not like going to your doctor who's going to maybe just prescribe a pill to hide the pain so you can go do what you do. Not fixing the problem. And it's certainly not surgery prolonging the pain and issue. It's your body fixing itself. And if you're dealing with a soft tissue injury, a frozen shoulder, maybe those tension headaches or plantar fasciitis, my goodness, Arosty is here for you. So what do they do when you see them? First of all, they accept most insurances. You're going to get a full evaluation when you walk in the door. They're going to find a problem, fix it. On average, under 4 visits, get Arosty patients back in the game. So my question for you is, what are you waiting for? Call them today. The number's 1-800-404-6050. The website is Arosty.com. You can schedule it there, too. Listen to me. Don't let pain keep you from doing things that you love. Call Arosty today. They're going to help you out when they do. Come on by and help. And thank me later.
94.1. Las Palapas, ProStar Home Care Services, Array, the College of Healthcare Professionals, and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
At Natural Bridge Caverns, the passage of time and moving water have carved out a massive underground creation. Hidden Wonders, our newest cave tour. Watch thousands of lights reveal otherworldly sculptures in a massive canyon with a sound and light show finale. Or visit the largest of our 2 caverns with a discovery tour, winding through majestic rooms with incredible formations. Above ground, top off your adventure with a zip along the sky rails on our towering ropes course. Choose your adventure at naturalbridgecaverns.com.
Here in Texas, we know that trust is earned and reputation matters. Since 1993, Thomas J. Henry dedicated himself to building a firm that injured clients can trust and that Texans can respect. A firm where no defendant is too big and no case is too small. Backed by a track record of success and a commitment to our clients, Thomas J. Henry remains the name you can depend on if you have been injured. Trust the firm that stands for you. Trust Thomas J. Henry, San Antonio, Texas.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Mom, it's like the 80s in here. It's so hot.
It's totally in the 80s. Our AC is bogus.
Call Right Home Services.
At Right Home Services, we love the 80s, just not on your thermostat. Don't get stuck with a bogus AC. The right AC services, the right team, and the right price. 210-444.
The right stuff.
Now we can chill, Mom.
If you miss the Blitz with Jason and Joe, then you miss this.
I'd like for this team to grow together, and Giannis is going to command a hell of a lot more money.
You are so much more concerned about Peter J. Holt's wallet than I am.
Well, I'm just saying.
I don't give a damn what apron he's got to spend. Just give me a damn winner.
The problem is he does concern himself with the aprons and the dresses and the jewelry and all of that other stuff.
What dresses?
Right Home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6 on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. You're locked on the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
It's showtime!
I like how every day you bring in a segment with the song that Rob's radio was blaring when he came into the parking lot.
Yeah, there's at least one.
I haven't listened to this one in a minute.
Yeah.
Dead or alive, it's of a time, I'll tell you.
It was either this or Erasure.
Let me tell you, if you have this one, you have Erasure, too.
Yep.
If you listen to this, you also are a fan.
And Pet Shop Boys.
And Pet Shop Boys, and there's probably 15 others.
Well, I don't listen to any of those.
None.
Not a one. I don't
No
have
Even
any.
when you were in the car with Rob, nothing?
No accounting for taste.
No, this actually never hit on his playlist when we've been in the car together.
Oh, okay.
Because if it did, I would be like,
I'm afraid he'd start singing and ruin it.
That is one of those bad songs that I know the words to, though.
Okay.
That's not surprising at all.
Yeah, somehow I know a lot of words to
Which
bad
tells
songs.
me when you go, oh, this song sucks. Well, you've listened to it enough times to pick up the words.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
When you were dancing around in your underwear.
A lot of catchy songs that aren't necessarily good songs.
I think that, a lot like Devin Booker. I think you just defined him again.
Devin's catchy.
It's an earworm. It stays with you. I'm not sure I like it.
Yeah. Indiana Pacers sign Tyrese Halliburton to a 2-year, $75 million a year contract as well. The same guy, basically.
With one leg.
One leg.
Yeah,
Same
it
guy.
does kind of show the difference. 2 years, 75.
No, they didn't really pay him. I was just thinking, like, the guy who got his team to the finals, he's a good player. If they pay Tyrese Halliburton $75 million a year, I would laugh them out of the league.
Yeah.
I would laugh them out of the league. I have so little respect for Phoenix as an organization. Like I just think they're morons. Like the way they've handled all of this, they're morons.
I think they're trying to dig themselves out of a bad situation.
And quite frankly, I don't like you say Devin Booker's a good guy. He's never been in trouble. I don't really even care about that.
Oh,
like,
it matters.
Win basketball games, dude. Like
see that
John Morant's a scumbag, and at least his team makes the playoffs. Like
yeah, but they've actively tried to help him. I mean, Devin Booker, while getting Kevin Durant looks good, I guarantee you when he found out, he went, oh, man. Because they do the same thing. They're ball-dominant dudes, and both of them need the ball. It wasn't a good setup, and then you surround them with nothing and supply 3 different coaches for them the entire time, 2 different administrations, one of which is under indictment for sexual harassment or at least investigation. It's been a nightmare there, but he has been the one light post there.
What are your thoughts on Paolo Banchero getting the rookie max extension, 5 years, $240?
I'm not surprised, but I am shocked at the money that Orlando's throwing around. I mean, I'm impressed. I'm glad they're all in on it, and they certainly have. To me, they have curated the team. This is the exact team they wanted to put together. I don't think that the general manager was told no. I think everything he wanted to do, he was able to go get, and that doesn't happen very often. They gave up how many number ones for Bain?
Desmond Bain, yeah.
So, shoot, that's a GM who is in full throttle. So, this is what you wanted. Now go get it. Now, if it's good enough, we'll see. But Paolo, I don't think he quite qualifies as the Booker because I still think there's some unscratched lottery ticket. He could be a superstar. We know he's really, really good. I'll give him that.
The deal also has a player option for 2031. The first time a rookie max extension has had a player option since 2021 when Luka and Trae Young got their rookie max contracts.
Wow.
That means Paolo, Wagner, Jalen Suggs, all under contract for the next 5 years. Desmond Bain signed through 2029. Yesterday, they signed Mo Wagner to a 1-year deal to keep him in-house. I think this is going to be a pretty good team.
If I'm a Magic fan, I'm excited. I'm excited.
I like what the Magic are doing. This is kind of an exciting team.
I'll tell you, though, I lived in Orlando for a minute right when they were the early Dwight Howard years. Felt a lot like this. They had the young superstar. They had guys around him. Some franchises are just kind of cursed. I don't know if they're one of them, but they have, at the very least, and you don't see a lot of teams go, we don't only have a 2-year plan. We got us a 5-year plan, and we're going to lock these guys in. I'm in. I think that they've done a pretty good job. I just don't know if they got enough, and that's going to be up to Paolo.
He became the 3rd player in Magic history to average more than 25 points a game this last season. Tracy McGrady, Shaquille O'Neal. Maybe you've heard of those guys.
On the same team?
No, not the same team. But has the 3rd most career points through 3 seasons in Magic history, only behind Shaq and Penny Hardaway. So continues to get better. He's gotten better every year that he's been in the league. So this feels like the kind of guy I want to pay.
Yeah,
and again, not that he's really accomplished much from a team winning standpoint anyway, but at least I feel like you said, there's unscratched potential.
There's still more potential there.
I don't even know what the ceiling of Banchero is. I know what Devin Booker is on his best day.
Mm-hmm.
I know what he is.
25 and 8. And that's a $70 million player in this league.
It's just wild to me. on a 36-win team. Yeah, let's give him all the money. But yeah, I like what the Magic are doing. I especially like it in a year where Boston's down.
Yeah,
the Pacers are down.
And Banchero is very good at a position now that doesn't have a lot of stars.
That's true.
He's a power forward kind of hybrid dude, and there's not a lot of dudes that play like him. So he's got a unique kind of skill set that you don't play against every night. Your fours have to really be able to play some paint defense and step out and defend a guy who can put it on the floor, and he's not dependent on point guards or other guys to get him the ball. You can give him the ball out at the timeline, and he can do some work. He's a very difficult defend, and he's stronger, I think, than people expected him to be, and I think he's only going to get stronger. He reminds me a lot, and I'm an old dude, so I have to go old to it, but the guy named Terry Cummings back in the day.
Yeah.
And the thing is, Terry Cummings was Rookie of the Year, but he never really panned out. So the skill set is there. I have no reason to doubt it because big, broad-shouldered power forwards, you don't find them very often that can do the things that he can do. So he's a tough defend.
To me, Paolo has always reminded me of Blake Griffin. Now I don't
can't quite jump like him, but the skill set's there. Yeah,
I don't know if Blake Griffin is ended up being looked at as like an NBA, like if he met potential. I'm not really sure. I mean, he was the number 1 overall pick. I don't know if his career was what people look at and go, yeah, that's what I hoped we'd get out of him.
No ring, but I think he probably will end up in the Hall of Fame, which isn't probably a pretty low bar. But no, you know what? I'll tell you what. If Banchero has a Blake Griffin career, I don't think that would be a letdown other than no ring.
Okay,
you know what I mean? I think Blake had a pretty good career.
I feel that way too.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't mean it as a knock.
No. I think, but no, he was the number one overall, and his game never really grew. And I will say that Blanchero's game has improved. Blake's jump shot never got to the point where you were afraid of it, but his downhill offensive explosion was enough for 10 years of All-Star.
Yeah.
So I think if you draft a guy number one, you get 10 years All-Star. I think that's pretty – you did it right, just not enough.
And he just missed catching a ring with the Celtics.
I like that.
Because he was on the Celtics the year before they won.
Mm-hmm. By that time, he was a merc.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But, I mean, hey, he could
again, I
have
think
rode
if
along for one.
Blanchero at the end of his career, they go, you and Blake Griffin could sit beside each other. I think they'd be happy with that.
I think so, too. But, yeah, I really like what the Magic are doing. To me, it's Cleveland and Orlando are the two most interesting teams in the East next year.
I think that Orlando and Suggs is one of those guys that, man,
he's
in college,
getting better.
Yeah, in college he looked like he had everything from the neck up that looked like he was going to be a really good point guard. And he landed there and had to spend so much time sharing it with Cole Anthony that I think they've made their decision. It's going to be Suggs. Anthony's now gone. I don't know if he'll ever be an all-star, but I think he's good enough to
he probably won't be an all-star because it's not sexy, but he's an elite defender at that position.
Yeah, I think he's a very good guy, but he'll just never do the numbers, give you the numbers, and that's kind of what you want when Blanchero needs to be your bell cow.
Well, and he's also probably, now that Bane's there, he might be your fourth best player because Franz Wagner is like drastically underrated.
Every time I see him play international ball, I'm like, who is that
so
cat?
freaking good.
So, yeah, and they're going to pay him, so fun team to watch.
Yeah.
Depth's going to be an issue, and quick, name their coach. I can't either.
Can't.
No, so that might be the thing. But other than that, man, I would be
Is
happy.
it something Mosley? I don't remember.
I think it'd be easy to be a fan of this team.
I think so too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I want to see this team next year. I expect them to have some success.
Orlando doesn't have any idea, man.
It's Jamal Mosley.
Yeah.
It was Jamal Mosley.
The Magic fan. Orlando, what happened to Orlando is just it's kind of like you guys with the Golden Knights. The Magic just arrived and were great.
Well, yeah, they
had Shaq and Penny, and they got there, and I got there at the tail end.
Things were easy at
and
first.
Things had gone past, but they still had this thought process in Orlando that we're great. And you're like, no, you're not. You haven't been great in 15 years. I don't understand why you guys think things are good around here. They're not. It's terrible. And then they had this dream of possibilities, and they're really a small market team, and they always felt like they were big, and they're not.
No. And who was the guy? Who was the other number one pick the Magic had that ended up they tried to build around him, and it was just a disaster.
Not Dwight.
Well, Dwight didn't work. I thought they had another one. Maybe I'm wrong. But it's hard to parse anything after the Shaq years. I know T-Mac had a bunch of years where he scored a whole lot of points. They didn't win. Dwight Howard did a lot of things, didn't win.
It was like 9, 10, 11. Dwight Howard was a rookie. Jameer Nelson, Rashard Lewis. They had a squad. Hito Turkoglu. They had a squad that really felt like they didn't feel like they could win a title, but they could knock out a contender, and they just frittered it away. They couldn't hold it together.
It wasn't the first overall. It was Victor Oladipo. He was the second pick.
Yeah.
It was like, just, they don't all work out, but I guess, and quite frankly, it hasn't worked out for them in a while. They drafted a guy. What was the guy's name? It was like probably 7-8 years, 2015, 16. They drafted some foreign guy with the 5th pick, and I don't know that he ever even played a game in the league. And it's like, you're not the kind of team that can do that. And they went through a stretch where they were drafting Jonathan Isaac and Mo Bamba and all these guys in the top 10 who just couldn't play a lick. And
I will admit I was fooled on the Mo Bamba thing.
Mo Bamba was so great defensively in college. I was like, at a minimum, he's going to be an elite defensive player. No. I mean, he's just some of these guys. It's just it doesn't translate. But yeah, they went from just disastrous drafts to finally on a run where they hit like Suggs and Wagner were the same draft. Then they got Banchero the next year, and now feels like they're really kind of set up here.
2019, they drafted Chuma Okeke.
That's not the guy I'm thinking. He went to Auburn.
Yeah.
Go back to like 2014 or 15. Because it was around the time.
Saric. Dario Saric.
Is that who it
Or
was?
there was They had several in a year. Remember they drafted Aaron Gordon, and then next year they drafted Saric. Then Mario Hrzanja.
That's who I'm thinking of.
Never came.
Hrzanja. Yeah, did he ever even play in the league?
No, he went to Barcelona. I don't think he ever actually came.
And what? He was like a top 5 pick?
They took him at 5, yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
So, yeah, he never came across.
I mean, that's crazy. Crazy to take that guy number 5. Not even a real person. You might
It
as well.
shows you about the franchise. The guy goes, no, I'm good.
Yeah, you're a loser. Good for Orlando for feeling like they finally got something and going for it. I hope they do well. I'd like to see them have some success. All right, let's hit a break. When we come back, I'm going to give away some monster truck tickets. How about that? It's the Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know, Dr. Jacob Torres has been, I first met him as a weight loss physician back in 2016. I walked into the Institute for Functional Health in their older building. Now you should see their facilities over in McCullough. Beautiful place. But when I met him, you go to a doctor and you're talking weight loss. You don't know how you got there. You just want to get skinny and feel better fast. That's why you go to a doctor, right? And Dr. Torres, his entire intention was always to make me feel better, just live a healthier, functionally healthier life. And he told me, the first thing we got to do is get some pounds off you. And I know that you got here a hard way, and it's going to be won't be the easiest thing you ever do, but if you listen to me and if you follow directions and if you can do just a little bit of effort on your side of things, you will lose weight and you'll feel better. And then we'll have the conversations about some of the medications you're on. And before you knew it, medications were part of my past. I am 59 years old, not on a statin, not on any heart medicine. I am medicine-free as we sit, and I can say it's probably 90% my diet that I jumped on that long ago. If doctors are telling you to lose weight or you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, I want you to call Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health today. The number is 210-468-1891. The website is iffhealth.com, a great resource. Listen, if it's time to lose weight, there's no better option than the Institute for Functional Health. Call them today. They'll change your life, and when they do, come on by and you can thank me later.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. As you head into your commute, I-10 eastbound before Probant. Got an accident that's off to the shoulder now, and it has you stop and go from 35. Now 90 eastbound couples to 35. That's rolling stop and go due to that accident. A closure downtown due to road work, 35 lower level. Northbound Laredo to Martin Street, and then on the upper level, we've got 2 inside lanes closed. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Staples.
People always say, Ryan, why don't you take it easy? Relax a little bit. Well, that's what the Staples Easy button is for. Just press it for quality products, friendly experts, and services like print, travel, or shipping, because we can't do it all. All right, guys? Thanks, Staples. That was easy.
Progressive's Teen Driver discount could lower the cost of insurance for your teenager and save you some money. And then you can still spend money on them. Because just when you think you have a grasp on spending, new sneakers. And then it's money for a school field trip. And of course, spending money. Oh yeah, and a new phone to replace the one they dropped in the toilet. Oh, don't remind me. So just get Progressive's Teen Driver discount. And then you can continue to spend money on them endlessly. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Discount not available in all states and subject to terms and conditions.
Here's comedians and Skechers getting comfortable. Presented by Hands-Free Skechers Slip-Ins.
Hey, I'm Bobby Slayton, and I'm here with my pal, comedian, and Skechers ambassador, Mr. Howie Mandel.
Why did it take so long to invent something as amazing as slip-ins? I know it seems simple, but it took Skechers to invent a better pair of shoes.
Yep, with Skechers Slip-Ins, you just step it and go. You don't have to touch your shoes. And by the way, Slip-Ins are for the whole family. Men, women, and kids. In all your favorite Skechers styles, find Skechers Slip-Ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Hey, listen to this. All I needed was a new starter. Got a great deal on eBay. Did it myself.
Yeah, that's cool. But how about the soft purr of an upgraded exhaust when it fits just right?
For me, it's the little things. Like these new windshield wipers from eBay I installed.
From small fixes to big upgrades, eBay has all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Progressive knows when you're on your boat, you're already on vacation. And Vacation You forgets all your worries. Vacation You doesn't even keep track of time and knows that time is a meaningless construct designed to control us, man. But Regular You knows you don't want to be too far out in the water after the sun goes down because Vacation You doesn't know how to navigate in the dark yet. Vacation You and Regular You really need to get on the same page. So bundle your boat with your home or auto policy and earn an automatic discount from Progressive. And spend the savings on the both of you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
By texting 64000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Real Success. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at ourrealsuccess.com.
Do you want to learn how to make money flipping houses and acquiring rental properties right here in San Antonio without using your own money? You'll learn to flip houses and secure rental properties in your spare time to get on track towards real wealth building. We're offering a handful of motivated individuals the opportunity to attend our workshop right here in San Antonio for free. That's right, we'll give you 2 free tickets when you text EARN to 64,000. San Antonio is the perfect market to flip houses and build rental income. Don't miss this opportunity. Come to a complimentary live 2-hour workshop next week right here in San Antonio and learn how to start making money flipping homes and building long-term wealth with rental properties. To get 2 free tickets, text EARN to 64,000. Text in the next 10 minutes, and registrants will also receive a free copy of our Funding for Deals guide. Text EARN to 64,000 for 2 complimentary tickets. Text EARN to 64,000.
Hi, my name's Jason Thompson. I've lived in San Antonio for more than 50 years. Went to grade school, high school, and graduated from law school right here. San Antonians have trusted me as their attorney after serious injury and fatality collision since 1994. My website is alawyerforus.com. Why a lawyer for us? Well, after several years of practice, I watched as insurance companies created their own law firms solely to defend against auto claims. Today, there are very few insurance companies that do not have their own captive law firm filled with attorneys whose job is to minimize what the insurance company has to pay on an auto claim. If you or a family member is injured in a traffic collision, you will need your own attorney. Just remember alawyerforus.com. For many lawyers you see on billboards, your case will be handled by a non-lawyer or a staff lawyer. If you call me, Jason Thompson, I will be the lawyer you speak with. The initial consultation is always free. If you or a family member needs an experienced attorney you can trust, I want you to call me, Jason Thompson. My number is 900-0400. That's 210-900-0400 or alawyerforus.com.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz with college football right around the corner, we will visit with Phil Steele from Phil Steele's Magazine, get his thoughts on the SEC, the Big 12, and the UTSA Roadrunners. The Spurs wrap up their California Summer League tonight against the Lakers. Plus, we'll hear from the newest Spur, Luke Kornet, after his press conference.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This is Jason Minix, and you're listening to the home of the Texas Rangers, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
I just feel like I should be playing a video game right now. I don't know why.
Well, come on.
Who's this?
Pantera.
Ah.
The Cowboys from Hell, Rob.
They a Texas band?
Yeah. It's We Santa.
Who's this?
Nobody touches us at all.
Is this Sebastian Bach?
No.
Is this Coolio?
No.
It's Peter Burns.
This is Peter Burns. My boy Pete's in Paris right now.
You see us coming and you all together run for cover.
We're taking over this town.
Isn't this devil music?
Some people would say so.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I'm just saying.
Down below, aimed at you, we're the Cowboys from Hell.
I was thinking, no, Striper is the Christian band.
No, that's devil music.
Oh, no, I think Striper's Christian.
Yeah, they are.
Right, so I thought Pantera,
Yeah.
I had them crossed.
They were the only accepted rock group at St. Gerard at the time.
Really?
Yeah. They didn't want us to play Motley Crue. Remember that?
But you could play Striper.
Yeah.
Did you, speaking of devil stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
There's a new satanic panic happening.
Oh, no.
On Christian TikTok.
There's a Christian TikTok?
What?
On my Christian OnlyFans channel.
Are you
Showed
familiar?
me her ankles.
Are you familiar with Labubu's?
Oh gosh, I just found out about these things this week. Yeah.
No.
How'd you find out
Those
about
little things, those little statuette kind of things.
They look like. I mean, I'd never seen one in my life.
I had never heard of them until this week.
I never heard of it till you told me right now.
Okay, but pull one up on the screen.
They're
here.
not Funko Pops, but it's the same idea.
It looks like that.
Yeah.
So Labubu's.
Labubu?
Yeah.
Labubus. there is now basically they're little plush creatures, like almost like troll dolls, I guess.
Yeah, like
$80.
beanie. Yeah, man.
Now,
Okay.
they are kind of like Beanie Babies in that, like they're people are trying to collect them, and you know they're trying to find, you know, like all the rarest ones, whatever.
And you buy them blind, evidently.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're getting. It's not like you go buy one and hope it becomes a collectible. It's kind of like buying a box set of cards, I guess, and hoping that the one you get is
very similar.
Yeah.
Well, now there are claims that Labubu is somehow related to Pazuzu, a Mesopotamian demon known in some circles as a destructive entity and in others as a defense against evil spirits.
Sounds like Ghostbusters.
If the name sounds familiar, it's also the name of the entity in The Exorcist. So if you remember The Exorcist, that was Pazuzu.
Yeah. That's not nearly scary enough.
Yes.
I still have nightmares about that sometimes.
Like when the girl, when she vomits everywhere, when she uses the cross.
No, when I go into a room and there's a bunch of flies or it's cold.
Now you described a little bit of Exorcist and a little bit of Amityville Horror together, but The Exorcist, dude.
Yeah. Jesus.
Oh no, all that, all of that.
Yeah.
Now,
why you tell me, Timmy?
They're saying that the Labubus.
It's hard to think these are scary.
Have some. They have some resemblance to drawings of Pazuzu, and the belief some have that their lives have started off going off track ever since they brought a Labubu into their home.
Well, I get that. If you've reached a point where you're buying Labubus, you might have taken a wrong turn.
TikToker Jessica Vibez says, I am burning this thing. This thing has been ruining my life, and it's cursed. I am not kidding. Do not buy these things. Tarek says, kid who made the boo-boos is 23 years old, and now he's a billionaire. Well, smart guy.
He is Vince Clortho, the keymaster of Gozer.
It is Prime Day. You just add the cart.
By the end of it, the Labubu has largely turned to ash, and Jessica can be heard insisting the doll must be cursed because the flames were turning blue. It's turning blue because that's its soul leaving.
Or it's the chemical solvent melting.
Now, yeah, like, sure, it's made with a synthetic material that releases certain gases when it's lit on fire. But, you know, a lot of people confuse chemistry with demons. Like, I could see how that would be very tough to explain.
It boils down to science.
Sounds like Ghostbusters.
Now, there was a
Vince Clortho.
If you remember, Furbies at one point had this same thing where there were like if you hardcore Christian households didn't have Furbies in them.
Really?
Yeah.
We had a talking Elmo. Was that
the Tickle Me Elmo?
The Tickle Me Elmo?
Oh, that's right.
So way back when, we got the Tickle Me Elmo, and you also had the kids' microphones. Well, in the middle of the night, our Elmo would just start talking.
Oh, I don't like that.
And just like you'd hear Elmo like, hey, tickle me. You know, like, what the hell's going on in my kid's room?
Oh, my.
Hey. Hey. Like, did y'all hear that?
That is a
nope.
Dad, there was somebody in my room
what the
last
hell's
night.
going on in there?
There was somebody in my room last night. He kept
tickled me. Did Elmo touch you? And
he kept tickling me.
in the middle of the night.
I thought I was supposed to tickle Elmo, but he was tickling me.
It was weird.
It was terrifying. But yeah, so just in case you were wondering, be careful of the Labubus. They are now demonic. They look very, very scary.
I like the cat that decided, you know what, I'm burning this FF. I'm getting rid of this.
Yeah. You see that?
That's it.
Look at that blue flame.
Burned blue.
Oh, that's its soul. Oh, my God.
So when they put holy water on it, did it like steam?
Yes, yeah, it created like almost like a smoke. Yes,
that's what he should have done, is taken that thing to church.
It now also did the same thing when they put regular water on it, but that's neither here nor there.
That was because it was made in China.
That's right.
It said, remove tariff. Remove tariff.
Well, devil music and devil laboo-boos.
I'm burning it. I'm burning this thing, man. Man, I lost my car keys. Wife left me all because of the laboo-boo. The fact that it was $150 has nothing to do with the fact that I'm cursed.
Yeah. And like there are people who apparently on Twitter have said used AI to draw a picture of what.
How do we spell
Pazuzu?
How do you spell it?
Pazuzu.
I used to have a Pazuzu with ice cream on it. They are good.
Oh, yes. I think that's a Pazuki.
Oh, that's it.
Yes, but Pazuzu is Pazuzu. And they're saying
he's an Assyrian mythologic king.
Well, he's
animals.
not mythological. He's real.
Pazuzu is the king of demons of the wind. He is often depicted with a combination of animal and human features, including a dog's head, a lion's body, and a scorpion's tail. Not quite as tough as a liger, even more so.
Not as cute and cuddly as the Labubu seems to be.
Here it is. Pazuzu was featured in William Peter Blatty's novel and film, The Exorcist.
Well, now find an AI drawing
I'm
of
looking at
Pazuzu.
One. He's pretty terrifying, dude.
Now, does it look like the Labubu to you?
Not even close. This guy.
I don't think so
wings
either.
And a dog face.
I don't like Pazuzu. I don't know any Labubus, but I don't think they're the same thing. All right, we're halfway through on a Tuesday.
The salad's mine.
We got some football to talk next. Morning Huddle 94.1.
KTFM Floresville, your home for the Super Bowl. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This report is sponsored by Taco Bell. There's more to Taco Bell's Luxe Cravings boxes than you'd expect. Unless you're expecting the choice between 3 lavish boxes of Taco Bell favorites, then you're spot on. Choose yours today, only at Taco Bell. For a limited time only. Prices and participation may vary. Drinks excludes freezes. Tax extra.
See website for details. Bills happen is not a lender. It does not make credit decisions. Must be 18 years old. Not available in all states.
Honey, everything is so expensive, and our bills are piling up.
You're telling me credit cards are maxed out, rent is due, and the car payment's right around the corner? We need some extra cash.
We should do what my friend from work did. She went to billshappen.com and got the money she needed the next day.
Our credit is not great. Are you sure that would work for us?
Bills Happen is one of the largest personal loan networks. They can help people with all credit types get up to $5,000.
Sounds like it's going to be a hassle.
My friend said it was super easy. She did it right from her phone during her lunch break.
If you have a regular source of income, you can be approved for a loan for up to $5,000, and your cash can hit your bank account the next day. BillsHappen.com's lenders have millions of dollars to lend, regardless of your credit history.
Guess what? I went to billshappen.com, and we're getting our money tomorrow.
Wow, that's fast. Problem solved.
If you need extra cash, go to BillsHappen.com. That's BillsHappen.com. BillsHappen.com.
Mom, it's like the 80s in here. It's so hot.
It's totally in the 80s. Our AC is bogus.
Call Right Home Services.
At Right Home Services, we love the 80s, just not on your thermostat. Don't get stuck with a bogus AC. The right AC services, the right team, and the right price. 210-444.
The right stuff. Now we can chill, Mom.
Fight back against low energy with TRT at Synergenics and Low T Center. TRT has never been easier with the new Synergenics Health app. Take the test, get the results, and control your treatment from your phone. Book now while the test is free at fixmylowt.com. That's fixmylowt.com.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
ZipRecruiter is the place. ZipRecruiter is the place for talented teachers, savvy software developers, and master mixologists. ZipRecruiter is the place where you meet all these people and more. That's because ZipRecruiter is the place for job seekers who are looking for new opportunities. In fact, ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day, so you can find the right candidates right away. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Hi,
I'm Jason Thompson. I'm a personal injury attorney, and since 1994, I've been helping people and their families seriously injured or killed by negligent drivers. My website is alawyer4us.com. I use that phrase because I know that there's no way a regular San Antonian can possibly beat a billion-dollar insurance company alone. You will need an experienced attorney to stand up for you and get what you and your family deserve. This month, my father will retire after 50 years of practicing law, doing what he taught me to do, help people in need. Stand up for the people that cannot. Use the skills you have to help the people in your community win and where you can. When an insured driver seriously injures someone, a billion-dollar insurance company uses everything it can to pay as little as possible. Every insurance company you have heard of has a very large staff of attorneys already working against you. If you or a family member has been seriously injured because of a negligent driver, call me, Jason Thompson, as soon as you can after a collision. My number is 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400. Or check out my website, alawyer4us.com.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
So the kids' back-to-school lists were extra long.
Extra long sounds extra expensive.
Staples had everything at amazing prices.
Suspiciously amazing if you ask me.
Some items were just 25 cents. Plus, as an Easy Rewards member, I got 30% back in points on my kids' school supplies.
Jumpin' jellyfish. Your back-to-school budget saved by Staples Easy Button. Staples.
That was easy.
In-store, online, and on the app. In 719. Exclusions apply. Single use per week up to $60 in points. See app for details.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We are getting reports of an accident in the Schertz area, 35 northbound as you approach FM 3009. It's causing a little bit of a delay from right around 1604. Thousand Oaks eastbound between Wurzbach Parkway over to 35. We've got some sluggish conditions due to these traffic lights that are malfunctioning. They are flashing red in all directions, so treat that as a four-way stop. 1604 eastbound Babcock, disabled vehicle right lane, and a bit sluggish on 90 eastbound General McMullen on over to 35. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
The Spurs are wrapping up the California Summer League tonight, taking on the Los Angeles Lakers at 9 o'clock. In other Spurs news, they officially signed Luke Kornet. The former Celtic big man agreed to a 4-year, $41 million deal. He will wear number 7 and, quote, hopes to be one-third as good as Tim Duncan. Finally, in the NBA, Orlando Magic forward Paolo Banchero agreed to a 5-year rookie max extension worth up to $287 million. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
.02 on the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. All right. We've got some foosball to talk. Some National Football League.
We got monster truck tickets, right?
Oh, we do have that too. Yeah, I'll give away those at the end of the segment.
Glow and fire.
Stick around. You can win the Hot Wheels Monster Truck Live Glow and Fire tickets at the Frost Bank Center. The NFL or ESPN right now is coming up with their lists. Today they did the wide receiver, tight end, running back groups. Best skill position
our
groups.
7-on-7 dudes. Best 7-on-7 teams.
Yeah, so like minus quarterbacks. But
yeah.
Now here's how they did it. It says injury histories and suspensions matter. This is only about 2025 on-field performance. This says, so he's saying I'm leaving stuff like contract value and long-term projections out. I'm talking about this coming season. This is what I'm looking at. Now he says, I can't see the future, but it would be foolish not to consider a player's recent track record of health in projecting what they could do next season. So Christian McCaffrey.
Grades down a little bit.
Grades down a little bit, right. Wide receivers are weighted more heavily than running backs or tight ends.
Which is such a fundamental shift in my brain.
And the focus is on elite players and a team's top 5 contributors. So it says having great depth doesn't hurt, but if you gave NFL teams $50 million to work with at wide receiver, most would prefer to add Justin Jefferson and a few solid players around him than, say, 5 wideouts who make $10 million a year, which
That's very
makes
true.
a lot of sense.
Fantasy football axiom. Quantity does not equal quality.
So we'll start at the bottom. This isn't good for the number 1 overall pick, Cam Ward, who, by the way, Cam Ward, the Titans are saying Cam Ward doesn't have this job.
Yeah. Holy cow, this is not cut and dried, although I don't believe that. But they are kind of like cautiously like, uh-oh. He might be rawer than we thought.
Like Will Levis might be better than Cam Ward right now. That's
well, I mean, yeah, but some of that might be motivational talk before training camp. But if you'd asked me what's the least talented offense out there, even if you'd added Cam Ward and everything going on, they're right there at the bottom. I think Carolina's right there sitting right beside them. I'd put
Tyler Lockett, Calvin Ridley, Van Jefferson, Tony Pollard, and it looks like the I don't even know who's going to be the
tight end.
The tight end. Yeah, I mean they've got there's a rookie wide receiver, Eric Iomenor from Stanford, a 4th round pick that looks like he may be a starter. It's a pretty bad situation there in Tennessee, no doubt. 31's Carolina, also not shocking, although they took Tedero McMillan, so they've at least they're trying. Jonathan Brooks is going to be out for the season again, so it's Chuba Hubbard.
Who is not bad, by the way. He's probably the best they've got.
So, but it's still ugly. Yeah. Number 30 is New England, who...
Well, that's unfortunate. Are they really that bad?
Yes.
I mean, they got a wide receiver, right? Didn't they draft a good one?
Oh, I thought you were talking about Stephon Diggs.
No. Didn't they? Don't they got a young kid that they're kind of happy with?
I don't think so.
I thought they had drafted someone.
I mean, they drafted a 3rd rounder, Kyle
I'm talking
Williams.
about last year.
I don't think so. No.
But it's sad. While I pity the Titans and Carolina made their bet, I feel like even though they're ranked 29th, I guess, in the NFL as far as skill, at least they're headed up. At least they got a quarterback. Right. I don't feel sorry for them like the other 2 teams. Like, man, you guys are screwed.
Yeah, they took Kyle Williams in round 3. They took Travion Henderson in round 2. He's going to get some running back reps, I guess.
I don't know.
29's Cleveland.
Yeah.
It's hard times in Cleveland. 28 is Buffalo.
Wow.
Which, it says this probably feels low for one of the league's best offenses, but when you take Josh Allen off the board, and say, okay, what's the rest? That's why, to me, Josh Allen last year was the MVP, no doubt in my mind, because.
Well, James Cook's not terrible. He's a top 10 back, and yeah.
And then it's Khalil Shakir and.
I was trying to find even
Keon Coleman,
top 30 wide receiver there.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah,
it's pretty bad.
That's just a testament to the MVP that Allen is. That's the reason why Aaron Rodgers eventually left Green Bay, though. You didn't give me any help.
Yeah. 27, the Jets. Which it's funny. Remember the Jets were a quarterback away.
Breece Hall, the Texas
Wilson.
kid. Yes, man.
Oh man, Braylon Allen. Yeah, they're all so good. No, they all stink. They all stink. 26 is the Giants. Malik Neighbors looks really good. Outside of him, it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
There's not a lot there. Like Tyrone Tracy is
who's that Tennessee wide receiver that they took a couple years ago? Didn't pan out.
I don't know.
No,
Didn't pan out.
No.
I don't know. Wan'Dale Robinson?
No, that wasn't him.
Yeah, I don't know who it was.
They got a good defensive lineman. They got a good wide receiver. That's about it.
Bears are at 25. That feels a little low. DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, Rome Odunze. I don't know.
I think their quarterback's the weak link.
Yeah.
But they're being graded against him, and he's not even part of the list.
24 is the Saints, which Chris Olave is good. Nobody else is. Alvin Kamara.
The ghost of Kamara is still solid, but he's running on fumes.
23 is Denver.
What's that Bucky, the running back?
What is his name? I can't think of their running back.
Irving?
Name. Yeah, Bucky Irving. That's Tampa.
Okay.
That's Tampa.
Who's the young running back for Denver that everybody's telling me?
Audric Estime.
That's it. That's the guy that everybody's saying, as far as fantasy-wise, to look out for. He could be the surprise back.
And they got J.K. Dobbins this year, so I don't know what their backfield is going to look like. But 22 is the Chargers. Dobbins and Gus Edwards are gone. Josh Palmer's gone. Quentin Johnston is not very good. Lad McConkey is good.
He's going to be a star. But
that
offense doesn't need stars. That offense is not built for stardom. That offense is built for function.
Jalen Hyatt from Tennessee is who Anthony says. 21 Pittsburgh. I guess you got DK Metcalf. I don't know how 21 feels extremely high to me.
Another offense built for function.
You lost George Pickens, replace him with DK Metcalf, which feels like kind of the same thing. So now it's Jalen Warren at running back. I think they're pretty bad. 20 is the Raiders, which Brock Bowers is phenomenal. I think this speaks a lot to how good Brock Bowers is. Ashton Genty, we'll see.
I think there's some potential.
But wide receiver is
There's nothing there.
Rough.
Nothing there.
19 Seattle, who again, they get Cooper Kupp, Marquez Valdez-Scantling, but they're kind of replacing everything.
I like the back though. I like K9. I think he's a good one.
Jacksonville 18. I think a lot of that. Brian Thomas Jr. looks like he's the real deal, but a lot of it is. What is Travis Hunter? Is he a receiver?
Is he? And is Etienne gonna ever be?
He sucks.
What we thought?
No, he sucks. That Tank Bigsby looks like he could be good, but he can't hold on to the football. And Etienne just looks like he's no good. 17's Green Bay, Jaden Reed,
as always.
Okay, Romeo Doubs. All right, like they just don't have anything. But Josh Jacobs played really well, and
I like that roster. There's just no stars, but every one of those guys can play.
Yeah. Indy at 16.
That's being kind, man. They're being. Jonathan Taylor. You never know.
Yeah.
But what are we talking about at wide receiver
Alec
here?
Pierce.
I think that they could have easily been in the low or high 20s. They could have easily graded 10 spots back.
And they took Tyler Warren in the first round, who everybody seems to love, but he's a rookie. We'll see. 15 Arizona, Marvin Harrison Jr.
I like Brooks.
Trey McBride.
Connor's the running
James
back,
Conner,
who's always underrated.
Okay. Texans are 14.
I'd had them higher.
Well, remember they lose Tank Dell, they lose Stephon Diggs last year. I don't think Dell is going to play.
No.
So you're talking about.
I think they have a solid running back.
Nico Collins, Christian Kirk.
That's pretty good to me.
Yeah. Joe Mixon. All right. I don't think he was that good last year, but people seem to like him. We'll see if that offensive line is any better. 13's Washington.
Ooh.
They've got some ballers, man.
Did Terry sign?
Yep.
Okay.
So McLaurin, Zacchaeus, De'Ami Brown, Debo Samuel. Now you've got
the two running backs.
Brian Robinson. Yeah, they've got some players, man. And even Luke McCaffrey looks like he might have some get up with him. So I like them. 12 feels high for Kansas City because I don't think Travis Kelce is what he was. And I don't love their running back situation. Isaiah Pacheco is
he runs
hit or
hard.
miss. Kareem Hunt, meh. And then it's like Rashee Rice and Xavier Worthy. I don't know. This feels
Worthy's fast. It's Mahomes, man. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who's around him.
How about this one? 11, Dallas.
Wide receivers, baby. That's it.
CeeDee Lamb, and now you add Pickens.
I don't get it.
Michael Gallup, Brandon Cooks. He's an upgrade over those guys, but I don't know. I'm not really sure how they were going to work together. The Cowboys are always solid and unspectacular at tight end. You know, Jake Ferguson is what he is.
They draft one every year.
I know. But Javonte Williams is, in my mind, not very good.
I don't – again, we go back, just because you have two average running backs they don't add up to one great. There's quantity doesn't equal quality. So I don't know what they see there other than the trust that this offense is – Dak's going to throw for 40 touchdowns. I mean, if you're telling me that this is the 11th best skill position group, you're telling me that Dak Pickens are going to be a combination that he's been looking for 4 years, that off-wide receiver will finally play a role? Because CD's going to get 150 balls. So they're just telling me that they expect this passing game to be off the chain. I don't think we can run the ball, though.
Miami is 10, and that's a tough one to rank because when they're
offense, you just expect it.
When it's going well, they're really good. But Tyreek Hill, injury concerns. Ashane, Mostert, those guys.
Injury concerns.
Yeah, Jalen Waddle, injury concerns. Everybody gets hurt. So.
But, man, when that offense is clicking.
And now they brought in Darren Waller, who had retired.
Did he get over his girlfriend problems?
I don't know.
But to the credit, to McDaniel's credit, that offense, when it's clicking, puts up points. I mean, you can't really stop them. You just know they're going to turn the ball over and you can beat them up later. But they can score.
Number 9's Atlanta.
See, that's the problem. Atlanta always has skill positions.
I mean,
that doesn't mean anything to me. It doesn't mean you know how to use them.
Kyle Pitts is
still a freak. You still don't know how to guard him.
But he can't block, and they won't even put him on the field.
I know.
Basically.
And Bijan splitting time. What are y'all, crazy?
Yeah, I don't really know. Drake London feels like he's pretty good. I don't know. I don't know what they are.
But you know this. There's a lot of talent there.
Yeah.
I mean, I will judge them on performance, but talent-wise, dude, that's like getting a bunch of 5 stars.
8 is Baltimore. I think Derrick Henry, what he did, I mean, just kind of he's elevated what they can do totally as an offense. Zay Flowers, Hollywood Brown, Mark Andrews, they've got some good. And DeAndre Hopkins is he's nice depth to have.
I'll tell you, and Zay Flowers is electric. That guy can play.
Tampa Bay 7.
Baker, baby. The cockroach thriving in darkness.
Yeah, Chris Godwin. Cade Otton ended up being really good last year. Your guy, Bucky Irving. A lot of this has to do with injury. You know, if Mike Evans is healthy, then suddenly they got something. Number 6, Minnesota. It's Justin Jefferson and a bunch of
Aaron Jones. I mean, good back.
Yeah, he actually played pretty well last year. 5 is the Rams. It says if you could guarantee 17 games from the Rams' big 3, they might challenge to rank number 1 here. But when you talk about Puka, Devontae Adams, and Kyron Williams, the ceiling is very high right there. Tutu Atwell's actually pretty good as well. So they've got some dudes.
It's just, be Stafford.
Can they stay on the field? 4 is San Francisco.
And that's minus Debo, and they're still 4.
Brandon Ayuk, supposed to be back from an ACL. Christian McCaffrey, supposed to be back from the Achilles.
That receiver that got shot last year turned out to be all right.
Yeah, he actually did. George Kittle, also good. Ricky Pearsall is the guy. He looks like he's got something too. Number 3, Cincinnati.
Yeah.
It's Jamar Chase, T. Higgins. Not much else matters.
It's the best you could buy. Now you got no defense, but
doesn't much else matter. Number 2 is Detroit. Amon-Ra St. Brown, elite. Jameson Williams looks like he's pretty good too. And Jahmyr Gibbs can play as well. Then Sam Laporta looks like he's pretty solid too. I like them.
Their weakest link's their quarterback.
Yeah. And number 1, no surprise here, Philadelphia, who, man, their offense is just so strong, man.
Oozing.
Saquon, A.J. Brown. I mean, it's a It is a glut of Devontae Smith, just a glut of wealth for them. And Dallas Goedert's actually still pretty good too. So the best. I don't know what I think. A lot of people have different opinions on Jalen Hurts.
He's perfect at what he does.
Yeah, but considering the offensive line they have, considering the weapons they have, he's a great fit. That's a rightful
Any
number
quarterback that only has to gain 9 yards and 3 downs.
Yeah,
it makes it a lot easier.
All right, let's take a break, and when we get back, I want to hear from the newest San Antonio Spur. We'll do that coming up. I got to tell you guys about Karbach Brewing. Started in Houston, but has made their way into San Antonio, and they have made their way into San Antonio in a strong way. Eric, the head brewer, said when they first left Houston, the first place they wanted to go was San Antonio. They said they felt like there was a real market here for it, and sure enough, they have left their footprint in San Antonio. Of course, it's in the grocery stores and the liquor stores, but it's in almost every bar and restaurant you can go into as well. They almost all have some sort of Karbach on tap, whether it's the Hopadillo, the Love Street, which is their best seller, or a Crawford Bach. They've got something for everybody's flavor, everybody's taste in their lineup. And again, it's good Texas beer made here by Texans and for Texans all over San Antonio, friends. So when you're out and about, you're having yourself a beer this week, go ahead and ask your bartender or your waitress to please make it a Karbach.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star and the Gomez Law Firm present the second annual Back to School Drive, Saturday, August 2nd from 11 till 1 p.m. or while supplies last at the Gomez Law Firm, 2943 Moss Rock Drive. Free backpacks and school supplies for all school-aged children while supplies last, so don't be late. Presented by the Gomez Law Firm, 2943 Moss Rock Drive. Sponsored in part by North Park Toyota, Centromed, Romo Doors, and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
We're going to draw one name of a person that sold their car to GiveMeTheVin.com and give them $25,000.
Wow. Give Me the Vin is giving away $25,000 in cash every month.
Could you imagine being that person? Wouldn't that feel great?
That would be awesome.
Well, honey, you won.
Oh my God. Heather Krager of Dallas, Texas won $25,000 and Give Me the Vin's big cash giveaway. That's so cool. You could be next to get a little more, maybe a lot more.
I guess that old Mercedes was worth more than I thought.
No purchase necessary. For official rules, go to GiveMeTheVin.com.
Don't let pain hold you back from living your best life. I'm Dr. Jason Garrett with Arasti. At Arasti, we're dedicated to providing fast, effective relief from pain. Whether you've been dealing with a chronic discomfort for years or have recently suffered an injury, our goal is to help you recover quickly. Our treatment is all natural, non-invasive, and covered by most insurance plans. With convenient locations nearby, relief is just a call away. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti, we fix pain fast.
Hi, I'm attorney Steve Benke. If you've made the decision to divorce, you need an experienced attorney who can help. I've helped many people get through divorce, custody, child support, and alimony problems. Call me. I'm attorney Steve Benke.
210-DIVORCE or go to BenkeLaw.com.
When you bundle renters and auto with Progressive, you can save while protecting your most valuable possessions, like your really expensive limited edition sneakers and your new suit for your cousin's wedding. Except you never actually bought the suit because you can't stop buying sneakers. So you show up to the wedding looking like you're going grocery shopping. But hey, at least your sneakers will look good in the pictures, until you're cropped out of every last one of them. So go ahead and get Progressive, so you can save while protecting the things that matter to you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
See website for details. Bills Happen is not a lender. It does not make credit decisions. Must be 18 years old. Not available in all states.
Honey, everything is so expensive, and our bills are piling up.
You're telling me credit cards are maxed out, rent is due, and the car payment's right around the corner? We need some extra cash.
We should do what my friend from work did. She went to BillsHappen.com and got the money she needed the next day.
Our credit is not great. Are you sure that would work for us?
Bills Happen is one of the largest personal loan networks. They can help people with all credit types get up to $5,000.
Sounds like it's going to be a hassle.
My friend said it was super easy. She did it right from her phone during her lunch break.
If you have a regular source of income, you can be approved for a loan for up to $5,000, and your cash can hit your bank account the next day. BillsHappen.com's lenders have millions of dollars to lend, regardless of your credit history.
Guess what? I went to BillsHappen.com, and we're getting our money tomorrow.
Wow, that's fast. Problem solved.
If you need extra cash, go to BillsHappen.com. That's BillsHappen.com. BillsHappen.com.
If you need to hire, it seems like the whole process can be exhausting. You search resumes, wait for the right candidates to apply, set up initial interviews. It's a lot of time and work. Well, what if you could meet with qualified candidates for your job the very next day? Now you can with Zip Intro from ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try it for free at ziprecruiter.com/radio. Zip Intro is super easy to use. You simply pick a time, and it does all the work of finding and scheduling qualified candidates for you. Then you can choose who you want to talk to and meet with great people on back-to-back video calls as soon as the next day. Best of all, you save time and energy.
Try Zip Intro for free right now at this exclusive web address, ziprecruiter.com/radio. Zip Intro. Post jobs today, talk to qualified candidates tomorrow. Once again, go to ziprecruiter.com/radio to try it for free. That's ziprecruiter.com/radio.
Hi there, I'm John O'Hurley. You know, our pets are beloved family members. But sadly, though, there are so many dogs that get euthanized every day due to the lack of funding. To give them a chance at adoption, I invite you to support Puppy Food Bank. Thanks to generous donors like you, all of the food sent to pet shelters from Puppy Food Bank never comes with a bill. So please go to puppyfoodbank.org and make a generous, caring $15 donation every month. Your donation will absolutely save pet lives.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz with college football right around the corner, we will visit with Phil Steele from Phil Steele's Magazine, get his thoughts on the SEC, the Big 12, and the UTSA Roadrunners. The Spurs wrap up their California Summer League tonight against the Lakers. Plus, we'll hear from the newest Spur, Luke Kornet, after his press conference.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
This is more love-making music.
Yeah.
Woo! Yes. Ooh, yeah, right there, girl. Mm-hmm. Ooh, yeah. Golly. Oh. Oh, yes. I'm a fire starter. All right. All right, we got to hear from Luke Kornet.
Like this guy.
You love him.
I like this guy, man, more and more.
Well, yeah, this is what you were talking about in the Sports Center today, why he chose number 7.
Yeah, no, I've never worn the number 4. Honestly, for me, and I feel like in the time of life for me and my family, like 7's a big number of like covenant and fulfillment and order and the faith, and so that's kind of what called me to it. And the secondary reason was I just hoped to be a third of the player that Tim Duncan was.
Which,
I mean, it'd be cool.
I don't know about covenant and whatnot. I appreciate it, but 1/3 of the player, I'm down.
Let's hear what he said about when they said why San Antonio? Why'd you decide on the Spurs?
I mean, honestly, I know a lot of people from here, and so I feel like my impression of the organization and of the city is just nothing but positive. And I kind of felt like me and my wife just in the last month or so talking about it, and I think just honestly being really excited for the opportunity to kind of take on more responsibility and kind of have this sort of next wave of life in our career. And I just feel like through the process, I also feel like how I can fit with the team on the court and what I can kind of provide. I feel like, honestly, just looking forward to really being a part of that and just helping win. But I honestly just felt like a time for kind of this calling to just more responsibility. And, I'm grateful for all the time that I had in Boston. And I feel like it was a really appropriate place for the last several years, and grateful for all the opportunity that it was. But, I just kind of felt led, and then I feel like throughout the process, it just felt like San Antonio was really the place that kind of had everything that we'd hoped for, and just felt peaceful in it.
Zen dude.
Yeah. I think he's one of those guys who I think he's a thinker.
No doubt.
Yeah, I mean he's a Vanderbilt guy. He's clearly a pretty smart fella. But yeah, he does. I mean, he seems like it. I don't know why when I picture the the Spurs from afar, I always picture them having a guy like this.
Well, the funny thing is Spurs always have. I mean, whether it's most recently like Jakob Poeltl or you could go back to the Red Mamba, there's always been the dude that would do the dirty work and was happy to be here to do it.
Yeah.
And did it start in their role. And the thing about coming to San Antonio is Pop, traditionally, you got here, you got paid to be here, but when you left, you got paid more because you left a better basketball player. You came here and he improved your abilities while they paid you. And then when you moved on because you were a bit player, you moved on and got paid even more because you'd spent time here in San Antonio. Now, you'd like to think that will continue. We'll wait and see whether that maintains. But he comes to San Antonio with every skill set for the modern big. I mean, he pick and rolls. He's great. He's a good corner three shooter. Certainly a guy that doesn't demand a lot of minutes but can eat a lot of minutes because he can do a lot of different things. Not great, but really good.
I also didn't know that Luke Kornet was a Texan.
Is he? I thought he was born in Kentucky. But
he went to Argyle High School up there around Fort Worth.
Oh, he's Liberty kid. That's right. He went to Liberty. Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know if I just know where he.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. He was a Texas kid.
So I mean, that kind of makes me feel better too. I like that.
All of that.
And then finally, they asked him on how he sees himself fitting in with Wemby. Which, if you're a defensive player, it's easy to see yourself on the floor with Wemby, probably. So we'll see what he thinks about how he'll fit on this squad.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty exciting in terms of that because I feel like, obviously Victor's got great skills, and then like De'Aaron and Stephon, and obviously getting like Dylan Harper. So I feel there's a good mix of obviously Victor's talented, where I feel like we could be able to play together, and I did that some with Kristaps Porzingis in Boston in the past year, and Al Horford, and I feel like having a lot of experience with that, both defensively and offensively, how to be able to play, and then being able to be like a good pick and roll partner. I feel like with a lot of the downhill guards, and then I mean, for me, like kind of the keys to my game, especially now, are just protecting the rim, which I feel like me and Victor could be obviously really confident together in, but especially when he's off the floor, being able to provide that, and then offensive rebounding has also become a big part of just being able to add possession. So a fun part about it is that like it's going to look different than what it has like a year before me, and every single year of playing is kind of like a new situation of figuring out how to like best play. But I'm looking forward to, figuring out that optimal way with this group and with how Mitch wants us to play, and just start integrating that and kind of finding out what those best answers are.
I mean, he has really been fluid with how, like, with what he's been asked to do so far in the league. Like, there's a guy who's been in the league now for a good while. And has played a lot of different roles. And what I remember about Luke Kornet was, at least like in college, was a very good three-point shooter for a big guy.
I don't think people realize he's 7'1". Yeah. He's not 6'10". He's not a power forward trying to be some other. He's a legitimate 7'1", who's more mobile than most. He doesn't look it, but he is, and he's got a nice corner shot. He can put the ball on the floor. He loves to pass. He's a good picker. It's just he does a lot of things really well. He's limited physically. I mean, he can be dominated if you put him alone, but certainly, in the places he's been coached by good defensive coaches. He played for Ime Udoka. He played for Tibbs. So the guy understands the value of hard-nosed, gritty defense. He can switch if need be. So, yeah, he's everything you want. And he's getting paid for it. He's finally going to have a place to stay. He'll be here for more than a year or two, like he's had to bounce around before. So I'm happy to have him. I mean, he's going to be a valuable piece to what could be a very good team. But he's never going to be a 20-10 guy. He'll give you that periodically. But his job is to support and protect the other stars.
Well, and in Boston, he wasn't allowed to shoot threes.
No.
Like, it was kind of like we were talking about Hartenstein, how there was a world before where this dude was a shooter. Like for a big man, he was a shooter. Luke Kornet holds the record for most three-pointers made by a 7-footer in college.
That's nuts, man. You don't think of him like that, but he's capable.
And he has, in the last 4 years combined, taken 22 three-point shots. Like, that's what he's allowed to take. So they're like, it's in him. Like
he had a game this year where we saw that corner three stroke. I mean, it is available to him. And one of the things he said and I don't, context matters, but he did say over the last month or so, when he was talking about coming to San Antonio, so San Antonio had him circled. They had been talking about this wasn't, Luke's left, let's go get him. It appears by the conversation he had, whether he meant it, let it slip or not, that he was a target. Like the Spurs had him circled and had been working with getting him here and ended up paying a little bit more than I thought they would have, quite frankly.
Yeah, they seem to like him. So we'll see. I think he'll be a good fit. I wonder what his minutes will be like. He's not been historically. He's not been.
He's a 20-minute-a-night guy.
He started 16 games this year, which in 8 years in the league, he started 58. 16 of them were this year. Now, part of that was just kind of being thrust into action because
skill set that Wemby has. So he knows where these guys like to be and where they're effective with that kind of size. So all that plays into well. But no, he's not a starter, and he's never going to be anything more than a very important piece to a much bigger machine.
And what he brings in is something that I appreciate because they didn't have it last year was when Wemby came off the floor, paint defense went into the trash can.
Absolutely.
And anybody who played backup big minutes was a dramatically major drop-off defensively. And now that's not going to be the case.
With his arrival. And now, you figure, okay, Mamu's gone, so there's another guy down low. I wonder how this affects the way that Charles Bassey, if he ends up being the other big down there that's rotating in through minutes, because Bassey's undersized. You think of Kornet, I think of him being built like Bassey, just a little under but a hard worker. But no, Kornet, 7'1", got reach too. I wonder how this will apply to Bassey's role on the team because he's not going to – he played that Kornet role when he was healthy.
If Bassey's on the team.
Yeah, that's a very good point because, quite frankly, now I'm looking for – we've got the dirty work dudes in Sohan and Kornet, the dudes that won't ever demand the ball, more than willing to switch and do a lot of the dirty work. Now I'd like to see a drop step, young, power forward center dude that has a post-up game, one that I could work on developing a little drop hook, a little beef in the paint. And you look at that summer roster for
I don't
the
think
Spurs,
this guy's on the team.
No, and he's not on the team, and I'm not sure they want him. But if I was filling out my roster and I was looking for number 15 that would go from here to Austin back and forth, I'd be looking for a big, raw, athletic post, one that, 4 years from now might turn into something, but right now is just, more physical than.
And now Harper are both really physical guards.
Mm-hmm.
And you normally you think, your tough guys are in the front court, and it's kind of reversed for the Spurs.
Valid point.
The guys that they have playing in the front court aren't really.
Tony Parker led the league in points in the paint when in his best years. So points in the paint can be found a lot of different ways, and the Spurs offense does reflect those scoring guards.
Because Harrison Barnes is he's technically the 4 on this team. He started every game last year. He's not a traditional 4 by any means.
No, not even close.
But they appreciate what he does defensively, and again, they can't really take him off the floor because they like to shoot, and he's the only guy on this team who can shoot a lick, so they keep him out there. But they don't seem to value that sort of rim runner.
The Kornet with some beef, a guy that has his butt in the paint, you can throw it to him and let him take a couple dribbles and get a sky hook, something, or just a drop step foul. That kind of guy that we just don't really have.
Yeah. Claymore says, my point is a lot of guys flourish playing in a Spurs system, found out it's hard out there. Look at Kawhi now. I don't know. I feel like Kawhi's done fine outside of San Antonio, but I do I think there's a lot of guys playing for the Spurs right now
who will find out how hard it is elsewhere. Yeah,
if they, guys like Devin and Keldon, I think somewhere else they're not nearly as. Champagne's another great. I don't even think he might not even be in the NBA on another team.
Absolutely.
I don't know what Jeremy Sohan would be if he weren't here.
I think he'd be, all those guys you just mentioned had to be here. But, there's been a lot of guys just like, Jeremy Sohan's closest comparison when we drafted him was a guy named Michael Kidd Gilchrist that came out of Kentucky, a guy that could 6'10", did a lot of stuff but couldn't shoot.
Yeah.
There was not a place in the world for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, even though he went number one. Remember, he was the number one player coming out. He never could find a place because he didn't quite fit. Sohan had to land in San Antonio. If he'd have been anywhere else, yeah, he'd be in Europe right now and probably be the leading scorer in Europe. But, he landed here, and his skill set is perfect for here, but not a lot of places.
To do. Yeah. All right, let's hit a break. Oh, you know what? Before we do, let me give away these Hot Wheels Monster Truck Live. Glow and Fire at the Frost Bank Center, July 26th or 27th. You get the choice, friends. Let's go caller number 3. You'll win a pair of tickets to go see Hot Wheels Monster Truck Live, baby. Caller number 3. We'll be right back. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1.
Connecticut water softener has been part of my life since I can remember. It was when my house growing up. It was in the very first house I bought. It's in my home now. I've been on San Antonio water systems. I've been on wells. I've been on both and never seen a variance in quality of my water. Why? Because I have the very best in Connecticut. And, you think the very best, you think expensive. Do not think that way. Connecticut is accessible, and now more than ever. If you want to get your Connecticut and you need to do it now. Right now is the time to do it. Call them right now, 656-PURE. And as I describe why, grab the phone. First of all, if you got a water softener, there's money in it with the parts. You can get up to $400 there with approved credit, no money down. You got a year to pay, all taken care of there. That's just part of doing business with Connecticut. They've got an extra thing going on right now, unlike anything I've seen. See, when I got my Connecticut, I had to pay for this. Now you get it free. It's a reverse osmosis drinking station that goes on your sink. Once you have it, you really realize the value of what this thing has. You'll never need another water bottle. Now's the time to get the very best you can get, and that's Connecticut. If you call 656-PURE today, not only are you going to get all that, they're going to give you your first 3 months on them. 90 days without any kind of contract. It's approved to what I'm telling you. That's Connecticut. It's the best water softener you can get. Call them today and find out for yourself. And when you do, I know you're going to come on by and thank me later.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Your commute definitely filling in. 35 northbound approaching FM 3009, Schertz area accident. It's got you slow from 1604. 1604 eastbound Babcock, disabled vehicle right lane. I-10 westbound just past Medical, getting reports of a wreck in the left lane. Got a stall loop 410 eastbound McCullough off to the shoulder, and Thousand Oaks eastbound between Wurzbach Parkway over to 35. Traffic lights flashing red in all directions, so treat that as a 4-way stop. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Mom, it's like the 80s in here. It's so hot.
It's totally in the 80s. Our AC is bogus.
Call Right Home Services.
At Right Home Services, we love the 80s, just not on your thermostat. Don't get stuck with a bogus AC. The right AC services, the right team, and the right price. 210-444.
The right stuff. Now we can chill, Mom.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. Stroke risk may increase. Eliquis can cause serious and potentially fatal bleeding. Don't take if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or bleed longer. A spinal injection increases blood clot risk, which may cause paralysis. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or bruising, or back pain, tingling, numbness, muscle weakness, or incontinence. Aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eloquist.com or call 1-855-ELOQUIS.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on home insurance by checking Allstate first.
Hold it.
Like you know to check the assembly instructions first.
Hold it.
Before building the bookcase.
And done. Whew. You can let go.
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Not available in every state. Potential savings vary. Allstate Vehicle and Property Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Down, 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 down.
What?
This video sucks. Every time I hear that, I think of this video. God, it was terrible.
Two. Ah, yeah. Hearts are broken. Sleepless nights. Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm always curious about how Vic comes up with which songs he's going to come into with. It is fascinating to me.
It's random.
It is fascinating.
I have anxiety.
Well, hey,
I love
man.
it, man.
Yeah.
I love it.
It makes me laugh. That's all I'm looking for. Just make me laugh, clown.
Got it.
You find him amusing? Like funny, ha-ha?
Yeah, what am I, funny like a clown? How about this? Did you hear the UFC is apparently in talks to have
It's going to be classy.
an event at the White House.
Next July 4th, yeah.
Huh?
That's what I said. Huh? They want to have it on the grounds of the White House during the United States 250th birthday celebration in 2026. Trump said, we're going to have a UFC fight. Think of this, on the grounds of the White House. We have a lot of land there. We're going to have a fight, a championship fight, a full match, and it's going to be big and beautiful. Now, Trump has long been at least publicly, a supporter of the UFC, a fan of the UFC. He and Dana are buddies.
Yeah, but
he's had a lot of fights.
Hadn't he and Rogan had a little bit of a fallout lately?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think so.
I think Rogan plays whatever side of the fence feels more comfortable at any given time. But Rogan does, like, what Joe Rogan does is, and I in a way I can get with this because I, as someone who doesn't really affiliate with any party and I hate all politicians, I find myself doing this too. I bitch about whoever's in charge while they're in charge. And when they're not, when the other team gets in charge, I'm gonna bitch about them too. Joe Rogan tends to do a lot of that. Joe Rogan is like, he's never for the team that's in. He finds the stuff to bitch about so he can get that team out, which I kind of do too. But I also know that the next team is going to be the same as this one, and it's all going to be bad. But I don't know how. I don't really know how it works. Yeah, they've got a lot of land there, but what are they going to do? Put up a tent?
Yeah, that's what they're going to do. You know, we've had presidents do stuff like this before. It's not that uncommon. Andrew Jackson, which is probably the presidency that's probably most the Trump's presidency will be looked at on and compared most to Andrew Jackson back in the 1820s. When he got elected.
Are we expecting genocide anytime soon?
No, Andrew Jackson, what he did when he got elected, the state of New York gave him this giant wheel of cheese.
Ooh, I like that.
Like a 1,500-pound wheel of, I'm not kidding, like this giant wheel of cheese
It's kind of like the airplane that Trump
that
got.
Jackson put in the front lobby of the White House and invited anybody in that wanted to come by and have some cheese.
Okay.
So, I mean, populist presidents tend to invite the people into the White House. And this is not uncommon for presidents, especially the populist types like Jackson was. So, like, I'm a man of the people, so let's have a fight. I mean, it's going to be made fun of and mocked, and I'm certainly not pro any of this, but I mean, it is not unheralded, nor is it not. It's not that bad a thing. It's just kind of silly.
No pro sporting event has ever been contested on White House grounds. So there have been many recreational events, such as JFK playing touch football in front of the White House, and President Nixon building a one-lane alley beneath the White House in 1973. 1954, Eisenhower installed a putting green.
Didn't Obama put a basketball hoop up? So,
yeah.
I mean, this is not.
And President Clinton installed a quarter-mile track on the White House grounds.
To, perpetrate like he was working out when he wasn't.
Yeah. Well, he was having his interns run, stay in shape.
I mean, there's different ways to stay in shape.
That's right.
Cardio is cardio.
Cardio is cardio.
Cardio is you be sweating.
Whether you're moving your feet or your hips, you're still moving.
You're still moving.
Conor McGregor said that he would be honored, and he says, "Count me in." Now, mind you, Conor McGregor hasn't fought since 2021.
And we're not going to have some Irishman come over and beat American. Trust me, this is going to be America first. There ain't going to be American losing on the White House lawn. I can tell you that.
Better not be.
The fix is in.
Well, I'm just to tell you, if the title fight has a Rusky, he losing.
Oh, we'll see about that.
Oh no, he'll be drugged. What I'm saying, I don't care who it is. There ain't no American losing on the green of the White
America's
House.
birthday. It's going to be a great one. We're going to have a fighter from China and a fighter from Russia in the main event.
Both going to be heavily drugged.
But for the purposes of this fight, we're going to call them Carl Johnson and Dave Smith.
There won't be any immigrants winning.
Just so there's no confusion, we're going to change their names for today only. Make no mistake, this is not.
Papers.
We're not giving them citizenship.
You don't look like you're from around here.
And if they do beat an American, if an American were to lose, their opponent immediately deported.
That's what they should fight gang members.
Before he gets paid, before the check clears, deported.
What's that gang member? What's the gang? Mar-a-Lagans?
The MS-13. The ML-13.
I thought it was the Mar-a-Lagans.
Mar-a-Lago 13. Marisago 13.
So that's what they do. They fight for citizenship. Didn't we hear that they were going to do that?
That would be fun. Oh,
the winner gets to be an American citizen.
Yes.
Ooh,
now we're talking.
Yeah.
See, I'm an idea guy.
Yeah.
I'm here to help.
I think there was a movie about this, wasn't there?
It's called Running Man, and the loser had his head blown off.
Yeah,
Right.
that's similar.
Maybe we do the same thing.
They're making a new Running Man, as a matter of fact.
What?
Yeah.
It's like
I saw it
remaking
the
The
other day.
Godfather. You can't replace.
I mean, The Running Man is not The Godfather.
Well, in that particular genre, for criminals running away in a post-apocalyptic world with necklaces that blow your head off.
It's that guy from the new Twisters. What's his name?
Oh, he's the Texan.
Yeah.
Who is that?
That's the guy from Austin.
Let's see.
Yeah, he was in Maverick.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's an Austin dude.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. This is it.
When's that movie coming out?
It comes out, I believe, in November.
You
of this
can't
year.
make Running Man without Richard Dawson. You can't remake. It's like
And
making
you know what? And
Godfather without Brando. Richard
it's almost-
Dawson.
When you watch the trailer, it's a little different than the original Running Man. The way it was, because I remember everything. You know, the cheesiness of the
all the different wrestlers.
Yeah.
I mean,
you had two governors in one movie. You had the governor of Minnesota and Jesse the Body Ventura. Wasn't he in that? Yeah, he was. He was a tracker.
Yeah.
And
you had Arnold.
Yeah.
Arnold.
They're going to try to remake. Oh, it actually looks pretty good.
And who played Buzzsaw?
Oh yeah, Buzzsaw. That was another.
I remember him.
I can't remember.
He was a
his
wrestler
name.
though, for sure, right?
I don't know. But yeah,
I'm gonna have to go home and watch it.
I don't. I think he was like I think he was a power lifter. I don't think he was ever. He looks like a pro wrestler. He looks the most like a pro wrestler, but I don't think he was one. But he was also in The Scorpion King.
That's him. Yeah.
Yeah. I can't think of his name. But I like him. I don't know if he's still alive, but I want him to be in the movie.
Dynamo.
Oh, look at Maria
And
Conchita
Fireball.
Alonso.
I remember that. Remember Jim Brown?
Yep. Fireball.
Oh yes. Where's I don't see Buzzsaw.
Hold on. on. Remember Sub-Zero was
that George P. Wilbur?
Professor Tanaka.
Ah, yes. Oh, Buzzsaw is Gus Rethwish. He's up there on the top. It doesn't even look like him in his picture. The second picture over. No, go up one more.
Oh, there he is.
The guy with a beer belly.
Oh, my God.
That's him.
Yeah.
What the hell?
That's what happens.
Yeah, man.
He's just a retired athlete. His job was just to hunt down criminals.
But do you know what year the Running Man was supposed to take place?
Like this year, 2020?
2025.
2019.
Oh, 2019?
Yeah. 2019. Oh, that's funny. All right. Enough Running Man talk for one day. We'll get back. We'll do more Running Man talk tomorrow. No, when is the new movie coming out?
November 2025.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, I got pissed off yesterday. I found I want to watch this documentary. Do you remember when? I mean, you've lived in Texas a long time. Do you remember in Austin there was the yogurt shop murders?
Oh yeah, yeah. The kids, yeah.
Yeah. So it's still unsolved.
Yeah.
There's a documentary that got played at South by Southwest, and it's like on HBO.
Yeah.
And I went to HBO. It's not out yet. It got debuted in March, and it's still not out on HBO. Like, what are we waiting on?
There's a great true crime Texas Monthly. That's probably from that.
Like an article
the
about it?
shop murders, yeah.
Oh, I'm fascinated by that
I am
story.
too. One of those great unsolved mysteries.
I want to know. I watched a thing
91.
about the Speedway killings in Indiana. Like they call them the Burger Chef murders,
remember this
and they never caught who did it. And in this documentary, they're like, there's this guy who's like, yeah, my buddy said he did it, and I hadn't told anybody until now. And they're like, thanks a lot, dude.
I know.
All right, we got 1 hour left. Morning Huddle 94.1.
You're locked on the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. KTFM Floresville.
This report is sponsored by the International Hot Rod Association.
The International Hot Rod Association Outlaw Nitro Series is back. 5 events, 4 locations. 1 explosive season. Funny cars, promos. You are in the stands. Get your tickets now at IHRA.com. That's IHRA.com.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Real Success. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at OurRealSuccess.com.
Do you want to learn how to make money flipping houses and acquiring rental properties right here in San Antonio without using your own money? You'll learn to flip houses and secure rental properties in your spare time to get on track towards real wealth building. We're offering a handful of motivated individuals the opportunity to attend our workshop right here in San Antonio for free. That's right, we'll give you 2 free tickets when you text EARN to 64,000. San Antonio is the perfect market to flip houses and build rental income. Don't miss this opportunity. Come to a complimentary live 2-hour workshop next week right here in San Antonio and learn how to start making money flipping homes and building long-term wealth with rental properties. To get 2 free tickets, text EARN to 64,000. Text in the next 10 minutes, and registrants will also receive a free copy of our Funding for Deals guide. Text EARN to 64,000 for 2 complimentary tickets. Text EARN to 64,000.
ZipRecruiter is the place. ZipRecruiter is the place for talented teachers, savvy software developers, and master mixologists. ZipRecruiter is the place where you meet all these people and more. That's because ZipRecruiter is the place for job seekers who are looking for new opportunities. In fact, ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day, so you can find the right candidates right away. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
When you've got real work to do, Metal Supermarkets will help you get it done fast. With a huge variety of metals in stock, we can help no matter what job comes your way. And all it takes is a few clicks. We make buying metal online easy so you can spend less time shopping and more time getting things done. Metal Supermarkets, the convenience stores for metal. Place an order online today at metalsupermarkets.com.
When you bundle renters and auto with Progressive, you can save while protecting your most valuable possessions, like your really expensive limited edition sneakers and your new suit for your cousin's wedding. Except you never actually bought the suit because you can't stop buying sneakers. So you show up to the wedding looking like you're going grocery shopping. But hey, at least your sneakers will look good in the pictures, until you're cropped out of every last one of them. So go ahead and get Progressive, so you can save while protecting the things that matter to you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Were you uninvited to game night? Do you play board games with the ferocious intensity of an iron-fisted oligarch? Have friends left game night asking, how do you sleep at night? Then you should get a mattress from Mattress Firm. They can help anyone sleep. Sleeping hot this summer? Try a Tempur-Pedic with advanced cooling at Mattress Firm's July 4th sale. Save $500 on Tempur-Breeze and get a $300 instant gift. Get matched at Mattress Firm. Sleep at night. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Whether it's day or night, hot flashes due to menopause can be unpredictable. That's why there's Veoza, a prescription treatment proven to reduce the number and severity of hot flashes day and night that can start working in as early as 1 week. Based on clinical studies measuring efficacy at 4 and 12 weeks, individual results may vary. Talk to your healthcare provider about what this may mean for you. For moderate to severe vasomotor symptoms or hot flashes and night sweats due to menopause, Veoza can cause serious side effects, including liver problems. Your doctor will do blood tests before and during treatment. Stop Veoza and call your doctor if you have symptoms of liver problems, such as feeling more tired than usual, decreased appetite, nausea, vomiting, itching, yellowing of the eyes or skin, pale stool, dark urine, or stomach pain. Don't use Veoza if you have cirrhosis, severe kidney problems, kidney failure, or take CYP1A2 inhibitors. Ask your doctor about Veoza. To learn more, call 1-866-239-1637 or go to Veoza.com. That's VEOZAH.com.
When it comes to results, the numbers speak for themselves. Thomas J. Henry secured over $1 billion for clients in the past 4 years and successfully represented thousands of injured Texans. Thomas J. Henry, the name you know, the firm you trust. San Antonio, Texas.
Mom, it's like the 80s in here. It's so hot.
It's totally in the 80s. Our AC is bogus.
Call Right Home Services.
At Right Home Services, we love the 80s, just not on your thermostat. Don't get stuck with a bogus AC. The right AC services, the right team, and the right price. 210-444.
The right stuff. Now we can chill, Mom.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Your commute definitely filling in. 35 northbound approaching FM 3009 Shirts area accident. It's got you slow from 1604. 1604 eastbound Babcock, disabled vehicle right lane. I-10 westbound just past Medical, getting reports of a wreck in the left lane. Got a stall loop 410 eastbound McCullough up to the shoulder, and Thousand Oaks eastbound between Wurzbach Parkway over to 35. Traffic lights flashing red in all directions, so treat that as a four-way stop. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
The Spurs are wrapping up the California Summer League tonight, taking on the Los Angeles Lakers at 9 o'clock. In other Spurs news, they officially signed Luke Kornet. The former Celtic big man agreed to a 4-year, $41 million deal. He will wear number 7 and, quote, hopes to be one-third as good as Tim Duncan. Finally, in the NBA, Orlando Magic forward Paolo Banchero agreed to a 5-year rookie max extension worth up to $287 million. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Bum, 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 bum. Yeah! The final countdown, 9:01 on the Morning Huddle. Our last hour of programming today, at least on this show. There will be another show at 2 o'clock called The Blitz.
Yep.
You can see the full lineup. Go to the picture of Rob here, Vic. I want to show people the lineup behind his head.
No Joe this week.
Clinton and Friends from 10 to 11. Then that's followed by The Rich Eisen Show, 11 to 2. And then The Blitz with Jason and Joe from 2 to 6. Not listed is Extra Innings with James Pledger from 6 to 7, I believe.
Yeah.
So, Vic, why don't you have your own show?
I'm retired.
Wow.
You're a real crumb bum.
I'm retired from that.
Did you see what's happened with the Drew Holiday, Anthony Simons trade? Remember, it was Drew Holiday, to the Blazers, and Anthony Simons and 2 second-round draft picks went to the Celtics. Well, after further investigation, looks like the Blazers are getting those 2 draft picks back because Drew Holiday's medicals aren't very good.
Yeah.
Now, is it better to say, well, hey, at least we're getting our picks back, or is it now you traded for an old guy that also has bad medicals?
Whenever I see a player fail medicals, I mean, you don't, just because the doctor says, I'm a little worried about that, you can go ahead and okay it. I mean, that tells me that there's some second thoughts. Everybody knows Drew Holiday. I don't think they went in trying to hide a malady. It just sounds like somebody with Portland having some second thoughts.
Well, I mean, the trade is still done.
Yeah,
but now it's just Simons for Holiday straight up.
So they came out and said, no, those picks aren't, that's too much. Look at his knee. I think they're having second thoughts for the deal that they made.
It's not saying exactly what
I say knee, I don't know what the problem
was. What the deal is, yeah. Well, you know that Holiday during the playoffs had a strained hamstring, and during the regular season he had mallet finger, which I assume is very similar to your toe thing.
Is that like hook 'em toe?
I think it's very similar.
I'd rather have a hook 'em toe than mallet finger.
Well, yeah.
Or Tootsie Roll.
He had mallet
or Diddy Roll. I wouldn't want that.
He had mallet finger in his right pinky.
What the hell is mallet finger?
I don't know. Well, let's see what it looks like here. I think it is similar. Like
it's very close. Yes.
Oh
yeah.
You have mallet toe.
I have. I prefer hook 'em toe, but yes, he's dealing with the same issue.
But it's much better to have that on your toe than your finger, where everybody can see it, right?
It's not an attractive thing to have.
No.
Permanently.
Looks like Baldinger. Ever been around Baldy? With his talons?
No, but it does look like it'd be good at making dinosaur shadows.
See, I can do that. Do you do the double jointed?
No, I can't do that.
See, maybe that's why I have this.
It looks like Booger McFarland's hands.
Oh, well, Brian Baldinger, if you ever see him interviewed, his hands are just gnarled stubs. They're just battered. He can't even straighten his fingers out.
Oh, this is.
That's gross.
Yeah.
You know, pro athletes have some of the grossest hands and feet you'll ever see.
Well, of course.
I'll still, to this day, I think about this all the time, and it's so gross. And this is before I was in media. When I was going to college in Nashville, there's a pizza place called Pizza Perfect. It's right off of the campus of Vanderbilt. And I loved their pizza, and I would go there usually once a week. I'd go have lunch there. And one time I see Eddie George there. Eddie George and his wife are there. And Eddie George, I assume it was his wife. I don't know. But she was so clearly like in love with Eddie, and she's like petting his face, and Eddie wasn't even giving her the time of day. And and I shook Eddie's hand, and to this day I can feel it.
The sandpaper and grit?
No, worse. It was like grabbing a 4-pack of sausages, like kielbasa sausages, out of the cooler and squeezing them. Like, they felt, first it was cold and mushy. Like, it was
so he had soft hands.
I mean, yes, but not in the traditional soft hand sense. His hands were huge, but every one of his fingers was like a giant, like a link of boudin. It was so gross to feel, but I to this day I don't know why it was cold, because it wasn't cold outside. So like there's clearly something wrong with Eddie, and he's got sausage finger.
250-pound men hitting his hands as hard.
That's
as
what it is, man. It's disgusting though. Like I thank God I never was a professional athlete. I'm not built for it. I'm not built for it.
Can't imagine what his feet look like.
Oh, gross.
Athlete's feet. There's uglier.
Hey, did you see yesterday? You know, we were talking about Wimbledon and Yannick Sinner being like this. You know, he seems like an unstoppable force. Well, he was playing Grigor Dimitrov, who is main eventing at UFC White House. and Grigor Dimitrov was up 2-0, was beating him, and then had to leave with a pec injury. Sounds rigged to me, is all I'm saying, right? The number one tennis player in the world, he's down 2-0.
Let's see. What do we do?
Oh, your chest hurts, doesn't it? And he's like, no, my chest doesn't hurt. And then they go over there and they touch him, and he's, oh my God, what's happened? He's got an incredible pectoral injury.
Like Dangerfield with his arm?
Yeah, and now he's out.
My arm.
Seems pretty fishy to me.
Did you notice did you see any of the match?
Of course not.
Any of the highlights? Because they always show.
I did see some highlights, yes.
I don't know. Dimitrov, is he Russian? He's not Russian, but he's from that part of the world. Their flags are exactly the same, except one goes up and one goes sideways.
He's Bulgarian.
Well, the Bulgarian flag and what is center?
Italian.
And the Italian flag have the same colors, but they go different directions.
Yes, white, green, red, top to bottom.
One
for
went
Bulgaria.
straight up, and the other one went sideways.
Green, white, red. That's how you can tell the difference.
Yeah, I was like, is this like horse racing colors?
Yeah, a lot of countries are lazy with their flags.
Yeah, like, okay, we'll just do that one. Just put it sideways.
Yeah, our flag is very busy compared to most places. All the easy to remember flags were taken up.
Yeah.
So we got to have like a bunch of stars and stripes. We can't just have like 3 colors, 3 stripes.
Changing it.
What we really should have done is just
wait till we put Canada and have to add another state.
If we wanted red, white, and blue, like we should have just taken France's flag, and it's just 3 colors in a row. Real easy to draw, and we could have had that. We could have won it in a war.
Well, didn't we take the Texas flag as just the Chilean flag flipped?
It's the Chilean flag, but it's only half of the top is blue. So like it's
close, but not quite.
It's not quite.
Lots of mistakes have been made.
Yes. But if Texas wanted to, we could fight Chile in a war and probably take their flag too, and we could have it both ways. That way we could have an emoji on Apple iOS.
We just named a wonderful dish after them.
What dish is that?
Chili.
Oh, I don't think that's named after them.
Well, it should be. In honor.
I
we
think
took their flag.
No, their country is named after the dish.
Oh, we were founding on the premise that a bowl of spicy meat should be had by all.
Yes.
And if you add beans, we will kill you.
And you can put it in the Fritos, and it's a walking taco kind of.
Our country is founded on it.
Yes. Frito pie, they call it there. It's unbelievable. Let's name our country after it. And they said, the founding fathers of Chile said.
We name this place.
Agreed.
Kind of cold.
Yes.
A little nippy, kind of chilly.
A little bit. Actually, I don't think it's cold.
They didn't name after that delicious spicy meat dish?
I'm not sure, actually.
With an excessive amount of cumin?
I'm not sure, actually. Let's see. What was the other thing? Oh, while we are dealing with a incredibly mild summer so far, apparently the rest of the world not so much. So for instance, in Cincinnati, the Club World Cup players had to go into the locker room. Like, oppressive heat is hitting. St. Louis had it feeling like 106 degrees. The Reds shortstop vomited on the field. Play was halted for 16 minutes in London as a spectator received medical assistance on the hottest opening day in the tournament's history. And apparently, scorching temperatures are, they are, at a minimum, slowing down every sporting event now. Mm-hmm. And, apparently, scientists are talking about it's going to be untenable to play sports outdoors in the future.
Yeah, I talked to people in Texas and Florida that went through 2-a-days. I hear all this complaining, and you go, it hit 85. You poor people, it hit 90.
Do you think people are just softer now?
I do think that people in South Texas, granted, no air conditioning, and we got that, but for the most part, you go, just kind of grin and bear it. The way they look at us about snow, they're like, yeah, just kind of grinning, you get used to it. But I do get the fact that there are parts of this world, like the World Cup being played when they played it in wasn't Darfur, but somewhere in the Middle East where games at 125 degrees, you can't play outside at 125 degrees.
Right.
So I do get it, but at the same time, anybody who played football in South Texas has gone through a two-a-day and gone through a football practice in full pads for well over 2 hours in over 100 degrees. We've all done it.
Alan Hershkowitz, an environmental scientist, has worked with the NBA, NHL, and MLB and other leagues for decades on reducing emissions and promoting environmentalism, says everything is being affected by this and every sports venue is affected. He says he's seen a noticeable shift in recent years in how teams and leagues think about protecting against heat and climate change. For decades, he couldn't even use the phrase climate change. He opted for the phrase energy efficiency to get his point across. But then they asked him if he thinks the U.S. is ready for events like the 2026 World Cup and the 2028 Summer Olympics. He says, of course not. All the venues are limited by the ecological infrastructure of their host community, and overwhelmingly, host communities are unprepared for the rapidly worsening changes that climate disruption is instigating. Now, this same guy left the Australian Open this year because he thought he was going to pass out at the venue.
Aussie, they're playing at 105. I mean, it's hot as all get out. So
yeah.
it does affect those matches. It matters.
It is funny that, I don't know, I would think all these summers, why not play tennis in March? Why would the U.S. Open and the Australian Open that happen in the dead of summer? Why don't we do those things in March or February?
So you can ensure there's no rain. I mean, you go in the. I wouldn't want to do it, but I guess that's why you do. I mean, why do they do the Tour de France in the hottest time of the year?
I don't
think
know.
They kind of do it in a cooler part.
Because they're French, they don't have any sense.
And they're all drugged to their noses anyway.
Right. Art says now's the time to go to missions games. I keep hearing how hot it is at the missions games. I want to go, but they say it's uncomfortable.
It's no hotter than Globe Life was.
Okay.
And Globe Life was the hottest place in the world.
It's the hottest place on the earth.
I've never been in a hotter baseball field.
I never have.
Globe Life, man.
That thing was like it was designed to be an oven. I don't know how they did it.
And it doesn't matter where you sat. It doesn't matter if you sat behind home plate or out in the outfield looking toward home plate. The sun was always in your eyes.
100% true story. I bought tickets once. There was 4 of us. I was with my buddy. I met my buddy Kevin and his wife in Arlington for the game. And it was me and my wife and them. And we had third row tickets behind the first base dugout, awesome tickets. Perfect. And it was so hot that by the 5th inning, we were in the very, very highest seat in the upper deck,
desperate for shade,
because trying to get a little bit of shade from the wall. I couldn't even see who the players were anymore. I was so far away, but that was the price we paid to go get a little bit of relief from the fireball in the sky at that stadium. It was
the hottest place to possibly endure a game.
I went to games at the old Ranger Stadium, the old ballpark at Arlington, which was it was about as cookie cutter 70s, just a round concrete circle, and it was hot there. Don't get me wrong, it was hot. When they built that new stadium, it's I don't know
those things that you would buy that would magnify the sun on you, you could burn rocks. That's kind of like the way the stadium was built, that if you were in the right seat at the right time, you'd just burst into flames.
And that's why that stadium that stadium has way more life in it. It's a good stadium. It was a nice stadium. It was pretty.
It was uncomfortable.
It was just brutal. And that's why they built a new. And let me tell you, that new stadium, oh my God. God bless them. It's amazing. And it is the first stadium I've walked into in the dead of summer where it's cold inside. I was like, man, I should have brought a hoodie in here. It's if you go to a movie theater in the middle of August and you walk inside the movie theater, you're like, oh, perfect. What's going on here? It's a little chilly. That's like this ballpark. It is literally cold. The air conditioner is so great that it's cold in there. That's the best thing the Rangers could have ever done.
It's hard enough to watch the game. You might as well be comfortable.
Exactly. All right. How about this? How about a family 4-pack of Gunslingers tickets? Gunslingers and the stupid crumb-bum Arizona Rattlers. They're going to play July 19th at the Freeman. The Gunslingers are going to kick their stupid asses and you can watch it with 3 of your friends or your family, depending on if you like your family or not. Caller number 5, you're going to win the 4-pack of tickets, July 19th, Gunslingers Rattlers at the Freeman. All right, we'll see what's going on in the world outside of sports on the other side. I also have a Great Greek Mediterranean Grill $50 gift card to give away. We'll do that as well coming up. It's the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We're still dealing with this trouble spot on 35 southbound Olympia Parkway, Selma area. It's a disabled vehicle that's taking up the left center lane, about a 5-minute delay, slow from Fisher Road. And 410 northbound Medina Base Road, this wreck is in the left lane. That's about a 30-minute delay as you stop and go from Old Pearsall Road. This stall at 410 eastbound McCullough is off to the right shoulder, so no big delay, just a heads up. A little bit of a delay from Honeysuckle. Now, if you guys see something we're not talking about, call us on the traffic tip line so we can check it out. 210-785-2601. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Straight Talk Wireless. Straight Talk might not be on your shopping list, but it should be. Next time you're grabbing some milk off the shelf at your local Walmart, stop by the Straight Talk aisle and switch to real unlimited data. It's quick and convenient. It won't even take up room in your cart.
Guys, don't live with tiredness and low energy. Get your life back with testosterone therapy at Synergenics and Low T Center. Take the test, get fast results, and start TRT with San Antonio's leading experts in men's health. Now it's easier than ever with the new Synergenics Health app, an innovation in healthcare technology you won't find anywhere else. Download now or book your appointment while the test is still free at fixmylowt.com. That's fixmylowt.com.
Purple Wave Auction remains the trusted leader in online equipment auctions. What makes the difference is you. You are part of our growing global community that continues to trust Purple Wave with the equipment that builds and feeds America. This trust placed in us by our community, from construction to ag producers and fleet drivers, brings great equipment opportunities to their next owners. Join the Purple Wave community today. purplewave.com.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use? Now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
Progressive presents Employee of the Month. Small Business Edition. Today's recipient from Terry's Tiny Homes, Terry! Sure, as the only employee of her company, Terry was probably the front runner, but saving money getting personalized discounts with a commercial auto quote from Progressive, well, that gave Terry the edge. Over Terry. Terry! Terry! Keep awkwardly chanting your own name, Terry. You deserve it. Woo! Be your own Terry. See if you could save in as little as 7 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
You've decided to divorce. I'm attorney Steve Benke. If you're worried about getting the bills paid, childcare, and your divorce, we'll help make it simple, painless, and affordable.
Your future matters. Call the law office of Steve Benke.
Call 210-DIVORCE or go to BenkeLaw.com.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
You're listening to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
baby. Morning Huddle 94.1. How about this? Let's do it right off the bat. You know what? I'm going to give this Great Greek Mediterranean Grill $50 gift card to someone on the Brigade Bar.
Where is this place?
Hey, how many likes do we have today, Vic? Can you see?
No, I can't see here. Doesn't show me.
Mediterranean Grill wants to give you a taste of fresh cuisine this summer.
That's right.
It's an award-winning menu. I'm trying to figure out where they are.
Does it have the address on there?
Find it so everybody knows. Mediterranean Grill.
Yeah, get you some kebabs and some falafel and I love Mediterranean food.
Couscous.
Yes. The only thing I don't like is I don't like cucumbers.
Oh, that's too bad. That's a lot.
There's a lot of cucumbers. Yeah. A lot of cucumbers.
Great Greek Mediterranean Grill.
Let's see. Well, I don't know if we have enough likes to give this away on the Brigade Bar. We might have to give it away on the phone. Yeah. I'm only seeing 11 thumbs. That's not nearly enough. You know what? Maybe there'll be more thumbs tomorrow.
11647 Calabria Road is their location.
Okay. Maybe there'll be more thumbs tomorrow, and we'll give it away on the Brigade Bar. Today, this is a bad day for thumbs. We had a lot of interaction, and they didn't want to. They didn't want to give us a thumb. So
grape leaves.
I guess I'll give them away on the phone. Let's go caller number 5. You'll win a $50 gift card to the Great Greek Mediterranean Grill.
Get yourself some tzatziki sauce, some
yes. And the
hummus,
bread,
and the pita bread,
yes,
stuffed grape leaves, dolmades, they do it all.
Yep. Great Greek specializes in convenient, delicious meals prepared fresh with quality ingredients, perfect for a meal on the go or feeding a group. Dine in, place an order for pickup, catering, and delivery at the Great Greek Grill. .com. All right. Who do you think is Hollywood's highest grossing lead actor?
Brad Pitt would be my. Oh no, well, Tom
Cruise.
Yeah, Tom Cruise. Going away.
No. There's a new one. That should give you a hint. A new one.
Is it that kid, the guy we were just talking about from Austin?
No.
I don't know.
Well, you got to think about what movies make the most money. So it was formerly Robert Downey Jr.
Marvel. I get it.
It's been surpassed now by Scarlett Johansson.
Oh, I thought we were talking dudes. No, good for her.
Now that she's doing this Jurassic World rebirth, her lead project career gross is now $14.8 billion. I mean,
Colin Jost married well. Hope he didn't have to sign a prenup.
Is he married to her?
I think, or if they're not, they're together.
That's crazy.
Well done.
She's super hot because she's got cushion in the front and the back.
She got a padunkadunk.
Oh,
like,
yes, she does.
Yeah,
it works.
That's the way it should be, man. That's the way it should be. I like the cut of her jib.
So she get points on the back on this? Is this how it's working?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, that would be me. So Chris Pratt used to be like the main guy in Jurassic Park, but now she's the main gal.
Is she a hunter like Pratt was?
She's a ex-military operative,
I buy it.
Zora Bennett. And that movie has already earned $318 million globally, which that blows my mind. But yeah, $14.8 billion, where she plays a lead role or a lead ensemble role. Now, more than $8.7 billion of that total comes from the 4 Avengers films, in which she played the Black Widow. Other lead ensemble roles that count toward that total include her MCU debut film, Iron Man 2, and the 2 animated Sing films in which she plays the porcupine named Ash.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either. Of the top 5 highest grossing lead actors on the list, the only one that has not appeared in a Marvel film is Tom Hanks. The other ones are Robert Downey Jr., Samuel L. Jackson, Chris Pratt, and, of course, Scarlett Johansson.
I'm shocked that Cruise isn't on this list.
I mean, I guess
maybe he doesn't pay himself the same way because he produces these movies too.
Those movies make good money, but they don't make like Avengers type money.
The
one I'm surprised more is The Rock.
Yeah.
You know, because he's in those like first of all, he's in those like now he's in Fast and Furious movies too. Like
there's another one coming out, I think.
they don't run out of those as long as there's cars on this earth. He's gonna have money to make, I guess.
So all of these guys, these are all action movies.
Yeah.
We
Well,
don't have,
except Tom Hanks.
Yeah, that's right. So he's the only non. Hemsworth's not on that list. He seems to get money.
No,
but not like that.
Yeah,
And Pitt,
all his money came from the superhero movies, though. He doesn't do anything outside of those superhero movies. Nothing big.
but I feel like if Pitt probably could command as much as anybody, couldn't he?
He probably DiCaprio.
Yeah, DiCaprio.
But those guys again, there's something about being like there's great actors, and then there's guys who make
Not
these
box office.
smashes.
Makes
Like it's like who's a movie star versus who's a great actor.
I keep thinking Tropic Thunder and Tug Speedman. And Robert Downey Jr., who's actually physically become black. You went all retard, man.
Idaho
can't go full retard.
Idaho State Police responded to a call about an abduction taking place in Lewiston. The caller reported a female tied up in the back of a vehicle, and Idaho State reported that the caller, they spotted the car, they stopped the car, came out, guns blazing, and turns out the abducted female was actually just a mannequin in the back of the truck, not a real live woman.
I've heard of this happen before.
I mean,
where people see like a hand sticking out of a trunk and it's a mannequin.
I don't know if it's creepier to have a real woman tied up in the back of your car or a mannequin tied up in the back of your car.
I get
Why
the
are you
sense
tying up a mannequin?
If you have a tied up mannequin, eventually you're on your way toward a full-on human. You just got him. You just caught him in the early stages.
Maybe that's what it is.
I mean, you got him early, but eventually that was going to be a woman.
Yeah, it's practice. It's practice. So, and being in Idaho, I imagine like
there's nothing to do up there.
It was the next step. Like it was about to happen. If it didn't happen today, it was gonna happen soon. That guy was gonna take a real woman. But the problem is, I don't know if what he did now is even illegal. So you could say that they haven't stopped anything. They haven't even slowed him down.
I don't think so.
Haven't even slowed him down. A man was caught on camera breaking into a news station in northeast Oklahoma to disable the power to the weather radar.
All right.
I mean, you're in Tornado Alley.
Was there a reason? Do we know why?
They didn't catch him.
Oh.
Yeah, now they've got to look at his face. They're looking for the man, but for whatever reason, went in and disabled the radar. Like I don't know if he's hoping a tornado kills someone, and like
maybe he doesn't want his vacation ruined. I don't know. Maybe if that's a very strange thing to do.
What an odd thing. I mean, no big deal. It's just like life-saving stuff. But hey, yeah, climb over a fence and turn the power off. That's why I hate Oklahoma.
There's a lot of good reasons. That's one of them.
Yeah. It is Prime Day. I don't know if you guys are familiar
I didn't
with
realize,
this.
Vic came in with a Dyson fan thing that I didn't realize today was Prime Day. So,
what are you going to get, Vic?
I'm getting.
Did you decide, or the fan or the pan?
No, I'm getting. No, I'm not going to get the pan yet. I want to get Metamucil. It's 15% off.
Well,
that is way less exciting.
That keeps on giving.
Yeah.
It'll just keep on giving back to you.
No, I want to talk to my dad because my dad had some hex-clad pans that were given to him, and I want to see which ones he wants, and then we'll take it from there.
See what I got on Prime deals.
Metamucil, that helps you stay regular, right?
Yeah.
Poop firmer.
I feel like you don't really need that.
No, I do need that.
You're like the most regular guy.
Well, because I'm taking it.
Sometimes you go twice during the show.
Yeah, the times that I don't go is I don't take it, and it's awful. Yeah, the older I get, it's weird, but gotta do what we gotta do.
Yeah, so you can go right now all over the internet. There's all the best deals that are available right now on I mean, I'm sure that my kids have things. It's like it's basically like where when you used to get the Sears catalog.
Oh yeah,
definitely.
I was the X. My brother was the circle, and my sister was the check.
Oh,
Christmas
okay,
we'd go through and.
I feel like the X is something you don't want to be.
Well, I mean, we had to choose our thing.
Yeah, make your mark.
That was our.
That was your mark.
Man.
So the Sears catalog was.
But the Hexclad pans are 20% off.
That's good deals too.
That is
How
a
much
good
a
deal.
Hexclad still cost you in the hundreds, won't it?
Yeah, but they're worth it, man.
I might get some AirPods. They're 40% off.
I got it. I got a nice set for Christmas, and
you've already lost them.
My wife found out on this weekend trip that I no longer had them.
Dude, I mean.
Oh, no. How did that go on?
I don't know. I can't have nice things. We were walking through the airport. I go, hold on just a second. I need to go buy something. What'd you get?
Some AirPods or some.
Those aren't your AirPods. They are now.
And how you got them at Christmas?
I got them at Christmas and used them once.
Where?
Bose, nice noise reduction.
I remember
was so
the trip.
proud of them.
You had them
So
on that
proud of
trip
them.
because I had to get some headphones, and you were like, "Oh yeah, I've got these." My wife bought them for me, and
Used them once, yeah.
One time. That's
One
it.
time. Now I had to go buy the bargain cut rate, which. Damn. Yeah. I can't have nice things.
You should have waited for Prime Day. You could have got AirPods for $150.
Really? They're.
Yeah, could have gotten a good deal, man.
I don't want to talk. I paid airport prices.
Oh no, yeah, you could have gotten a good deal, or you can get the Kim Kardashian Beats Studio Pros if you want that. They're $169, 51% off right now.
There you go.
So, Kim Kardashian always giving you the best deals.
She'll give you something.
She cares about you.
She does.
That's why she gives you the good deals. And finally, a star of the television show 16 and Pregnant, Whitney Purvis, is now 33 and not 16 and pregnant. She's now 33 and arrested for felony involuntary manslaughter.
Oh, she killed somebody.
Fatal overdose.
Ooh.
She intentionally distributed a drug called Tranq, a combo.
Tranq?
A combo, it's TRANQ, a combo of fentanyl and xylazine.
What the hell is xylazine?
Dude, I don't know. It's half of Tranq, apparently.
It's a non-opioid veterinary sedative, is what xylazine is.
Jeez. Now, this is the fourth time that the teen mom has been arrested. First time was shoplifting a pregnancy test. Then she smashed up some electronics, and then she failed to pay child support. This one, I think, is going to be a little bit worse for her. This is bad news, man. This is ugly, ugly. Now, her child passed away, and like they said that she didn't give him the proper care. And they say it was natural causes, but like her ex-husband is saying that this was something that could have been prevented if the mom had a better lifestyle. So
she looks like an upstanding human.
Not really. No, I disagree with that.
She was doing stuff called Tranq.
Yeah, Tranq. It's a bad thing. Kids out there, don't do Tranq.
Or something called xylazine.
Yes.
Anything that rhymes with it.
Arena Sabalenka has a temper issue, says Claymore. Every time I'm watching her play, she's mad.
She does.
She's an Eastern Euro. They're generally angry people.
They're angry by default.
But she has what Scarlett Johansson has. She's
got a padunkadunk.
Yeah, she's a little up front, little in the back. Good deal.
I'm a fan.
I'm a fan.
A good balance.
All right. Yeah, she's a well-balanced woman.
Yep.
Well-balanced. Let's take our last break of the day, Rob. And when we come back, we'll do what we always do to finish up the show. We'll take a look at the daily lines. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
If you miss the Blitz with Jason and Joe, then you miss this.
I don't really care what Diddy does, unless he's listening. Diddy, don't come after me, buddy. Oil up. Not just that. I mean, this dude, he blows up cars and stuff. There's rumors that the guy's like mafia style. He's the god Diddy.
Anything happening in free agency?
I have no idea. Do you really care? Let's talk baby oil and cars on fire.
Right home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
A SoFi personal loan is here to help you achieve something once thought impossible: overcoming high-interest credit card debt. Walk the tightrope of your finances with one low, fixed-rate monthly payment, no fees required, and as soon as the same-day funding. That's right. Pull off your own debt-defying stunt with a SoFi personal loan. Visit SoFi.com/trick to learn more. Loans originated by SoFi Bank, N.A., member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891.
Progressive presents Employee of the Month. Small Business Edition. Today's recipient from Terry's Tiny Homes, Terry! Sure, as the only employee of her company, Terry was probably the front runner, but saving money getting personalized discounts with a commercial auto quote from Progressive, well, that gave Terry the edge. Over Terry.
Terry.
Keep awkwardly chanting your own name, Terry. You deserve it. Woo! Be your own Terry. See if you could save in as little as 7 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
By texting 64000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Real Success. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at ourrealsuccess.com.
Do you want to learn how to make money flipping houses and acquiring rental properties right here in San Antonio without using your own money? You'll learn to flip houses and secure rental properties in your spare time to get on track towards real wealth building. We're offering a handful of motivated individuals the opportunity to attend our workshop right here in San Antonio for free. That's right, we'll give you 2 free tickets when you text EARN to 64,000. San Antonio is the perfect market to flip houses and build rental income. Don't miss this opportunity. Come to a complimentary live 2-hour workshop next week right here in San Antonio and learn how to start making money flipping homes and building long-term wealth with rental properties. To get 2 free tickets, text EARN to 64,000. Text in the next 10 minutes, and registrants will also receive a free copy of our Funding for Deals guide. Text EARN to 64,000 for 2 complimentary tickets. Text EARN to 64,000.
Hi, Dr. Damaso Oliva Jr. here, candidate for Rayfail 77. I invite you to join us for the 170 Grander Poker Tournament on Saturday, August 2nd. Proudly sponsored by Thomas J. Henry and benefiting the Rayfail 77 Scholarship Fund. We're putting $170,000 on the table, and it could be yours. The top women's and men's finishers each win $50,000. Register now at TexasHold'emSA.com.
Transform your water with Connecticut. For a limited time, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station, $400 off with a trade-in, and 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit. Don't wait. The offer ends soon. Call Connecticut today.
94.1. Services, Array, the College of Healthcare Professionals, and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This is Jason Minix. You're listening to 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
I want to do the daily lines, but if we're going to talk about lady basketball, some big matches today.
We got a big one.
But did you see what Angel Reese had to say about the league's officiating?
She's probably right.
It has to be fixed. I'm tired of this bleep.
Well, she's not alone.
Her comments came after an 80-75 loss to the Minnesota Lynx, in which the Sky attempted only 8 free throws as opposed to 17 by the Lynx. It's tough when you talk to officials, and I asked them, hey, we've only been to the free throw line twice up until the fourth quarter, and she tells me it's not her job. So it's frustrating because I know how hard we're battling inside, and I think that we came down and fought as hard as we could with what we had, and I just know we continue to grow in this. I think this is a leaping step for us, and obviously we know we can compete with the best, but the officiating has to be fixed, and I don't give a damn if I get fined because that bleep is cheap, and I'm tired of this bleep because I've been nice and I've been humble with it, but I am tired of this bleep.
All right. Get mad.
And then she said
get in line.
She said on Twitter, do better, WNBA.
I think that universally we can admit that they do have an officiating problem.
Yeah.
I think that the game has outpaced the ability of these refs, and it's more than the X's and O's. The X's and O's I have no problem with, But professional referees are given a different kind of job because they're refereeing in a lion's den. You know, the moment anything you give a player, they're going to take and then some. You can't give them anything. These are professional athletes. They know how to handle you, and it's like a bad prison guard. Once you get beaten up, you can't get it back.
Well, there's a real theme going on here. Like for Stephanie White, who's the Fever coach. Earlier this year, she said, remember that the game when the players got ejected. She said when the officials don't get control of the ball game, that allows this stuff to happen, and it's been happening all season long. It's not just this game. This is what happens, right? You could tell this was going to happen, so the officials got to get control of it. They've got to get better. Earlier in the year, Kelsey Plum said, I drive more than anyone in the league, so to get 6 free throws is bleeping absurd. I've got scratches on my face. I've got scratches on my body. And these guards on the other team get these ticky-tack fouls, and I'm sick of it. I don't know what I need to do. I've talked to the refs nice. I pray before the game. Like,
you prayed, did you?
I'm over it.
Well,
listen, those scratches on your face and your body, we don't need to know about that part of your life, honey. Just play basketball, all right?
I will say this, though. If everybody's mad, you might be doing a good job. If everybody's mad at you, then you might be doing exactly what you need to be doing.
Well, listen.
They're not doing a very good job. And it's more than – I think that the Stars are expecting some preferential treatment, and you don't necessarily want to think about it that way, but Stars should get preferential treatment. We want to see Stars do star things. And some of that is, you get to carry the ball. Some of that is, the fouls you commit, other people don't. You're not going to get called for it. Other guys will, just because you're a star and you've established that you don't need to do it, so you're allowed to do it. It's a nuance that I don't quite understand, but I've seen every league kind of have to grow through reffing. They have to find what their niche is going to be, and it's ugly when they don't have it right.
And other lady basketball news, the Dallas Wings are moving the Caitlin Clark-Paige Beckers matchup to the American Airlines Center.
The big show, baby.
The first game was supposed to be – the first time they played in June 27th, they had moved the game to the AAC, and then Clark missed it. Shocker. She had a groin injury. So if she plays this time, it'd be cool, but, let's not get our hopes up. The first game that she didn't even show up at, they drew 20,409 fans, the 8th regular season game in lady basketball history to draw at least 20,000 fans. Kyrie Irving, Micah Parsons, and Cooper Flagg were all in attendance. So,
Cheryl Swoops, you seeing this? When you played and you were great, they never had to change arenas. They never had to go get a bigger room.
No.
So calm your ass down. She's worth it.
Yes, she's worth every penny, Rob. She's so good. All right. The 9th best player in the league. Let's do what we always do to wrap up the show. Let's take a look at the daily. Are you drawing that demon over there?
It's the Morning Huddle. Look at the
That's
daily
Pizzozo.
look.
I'm putting together Pizzozo. I'm going to do a tap.
On 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Vic, he's drawing Pizzozo in here on his paper.
What?
Dude.
I've been a follower of Pizzozo for many years.
What?
Yeah, it's kind of been some would call it an obsession.
Labubus and Pizzozos. Son of a bitch. I didn't know this.
Evil.
I didn't know this.
More than just bad. I mean, evil.
All right, let's start with the lady basketball. The big matchup of the day. Well, first of all, Angel Reese is back in action. Very humbly back in action.
This time she's pissed.
But she's very humble. Very humble. The Chicago Sky, 7-point underdogs at the Mystics. Humble underdogs, okay? But they're gonna do their best, and we're gonna try it. Listen, she doesn't care about fines. That's cheap, all right? She's made of money. She doesn't even need more money. Don't tell me you don't care about fines if you're gonna cry about your money, lady basketball players.
I mean, there's a lot of flaws, but if you're doing DFS, she's easy money
for rebounds.
Yeah, she is such easy money. They have her coming, like today I have her at 14. She hadn't gotten less than 14 rebounds in a game in well over a week.
That's wild.
I mean, so it's easy money, so take it while you can.
The Las Vegas Aces are at the New York Liberty. Liberty 5.5-point favorites. Last time the Aces got their ass kicked by the Fever in a game that Caitlin Clark didn't even play in, And Becky Hammon said it was embarrassing and pathetic. Yeah, and so they played a lot better the next time out. But, yeah, the Aces suck now. They used to be really good. And I pretty much think it's ever since I left Las Vegas, they've just been kind of mid.
Becky's going to be turned into Tibbs, man, if they're not careful. She's the meanest coach in the league.
Well, she's turning into that Stanford coach, David Shaw. Like, she's going to be one of those people who should have struck while the iron was hot, and now people are going to be like, oh, who would hire her? Like, she can't even win at lady basketball. Who's going to give her a big job?
Woman off her team for being pregnant. Remember that?
Yeah, that's true.
Like, wow.
Major League Baseball today. Clay Holmes. What up, Holmes? And the New York Mets are in Baltimore taking on Brandon Young and the Orioles. The Mets are minus 125 favorites. Ryan Pepiot and the Rays take on the league best Detroit Tigers. Jack Flaherty going for the Tigres. They are minus 130. Logan Gilbert making his return to the hill. They are at the Yankees. Will Warren going for New York. The Yankees are minus 135. Kyle Freeland and the Rockies are in Boston taking on Brian Bello and the Red Sox. Red Sox minus 250. Yuri Perez and the Marlins are in Cincinnati to take on Nick Martinez and the Reds. The Reds minus 125. Toronto Blue Jays are in Chicago. Bassett taking on Aaron Savale. Chris Bassett and the Jays minus 200 favorites. Shota Imanaga. The Cubs, they're on the road. They're still favored. Minus 135 in Minnesota. Simeon Woods Richardson going for the Twins. Give me Shota Imanaga to get the job done tonight. Although Yoshinobu, he got his ass kicked yesterday. Yamamoto did. It was bad. How about a good pitching matchup here in Milwaukee? Clayton Kershaw and the Dodgers taking on Jacob Mizorowski and the Brewers. The rookie phenom taking on the what do they call him? The Legends pick to the All-Star game.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to talk about that.
Yeah, I'm going
but either
now.
way, Dodgers, who have lost 4 games in a row, minus 125 favorites today. Mitch Keller and the Pirates are in Kansas City to take on the Royals. Royals minus 140 favorites. Jake Irvin and the Nationals are in St. Louis. Sonny Gray going for the Cardinals. Cardinals minus 220. The Guardians send Joey Cantillo to the mound tonight to take on the Houston Astros. Hunter Brown going for the Stros. Astros minus 190. I normally don't want to bet on a minus 190, but I'll say this. The Guardians won for their first time in 10 games yesterday, and it was against, like, the scrubbiest Astros lineup I've ever seen. And now Hunter Brown's pitching. Give me the Astros minus 190. They're going to kick their ass tonight.
So.
Nathan Eovaldi goes for the Rangers. They're at the Angels. Jose Soriano for the Angels. Kind of like the Rangers on the road, too. Minus 120. Seems like some good value there with Eovaldi on the hill. Merrill Kelly and the Diamondbacks are in San Diego taking on the Padres. Nick Pivetta goes for the Fathers. They are minus 140. Taijuan Walker and the Phillies in San Francisco taking on Robbie Ray, who's been a beast. And the San Francisco Giants, they are the Giants minus 155. And our good friend Didier, Didi Fuentes, minus 120 for Atlanta. They're in Sacramento to take on the River Cat A's. Jeffrey Springs going for the Athletics. The Braves minus 120. And there you go. That is your look at the daily lines. I guess I can give the latest Wimbledon odds for the Wimbledon men. Carlos Alcaraz, your favorite, minus 120. Djokovic up to plus 275 has jumped Yannick Sinner after Sinner almost got knocked out. Sinner's now plus 400. Taylor Fritz 13-1. Ben Shelton 15-1. And for the gals, we've got right now Sabalenka still in a battle, out there battling. They're in the third set, 1 apiece right now, and actually Laura Siegmund is up on her. But Sabalenka is still your favorite at plus 150. Iga Swiatek 3-1. Mira Andreeva plus 450. So there you go. That is your latest odds for Wimbledon. Man. Oh, I meant to look at this earlier.
What's that?
The Tour de France. I wanted to see, are there any Americans in the Tour de France anymore, or are we humiliated?
I think we still send a contingent, though. It really depends. Our level of success depends on our level of ability to hide the drugging.
Yeah, and we used to be really good at drugging. Jasper Philipsen crashes out after stage 3. He was the favorite, and he crashed. So now I don't even know. I have no idea what's going to happen here. I don't see any Americans in the betting odds, so it looks like we suck at it now. Those were the good old days when we were good.
We had several competing, including Matteo Jurgensen, Sepp Kuss, Nielsen Paulus, Quinn Simmons, and Will Barta. But
Will Barta
hadn't turned out very well. No.
Sepp Kuss, 150 to 1. That's our best hope. Ugh. I think Tadej Pogacar looks like he's going to be the one. Tadej Pogacar. I hate that name. All right, man. Rob, we've done it. For us, this is the hump day because we're not working on Friday.
I rarely work. I come to work. I just rarely work Fridays.
Well, you worked your ass off today drawing that
I know.
that demon.
Zozo.
God. I've never seen such a crazy thing. I'm
going to go home and watch a little Tour de France.
Are you really?
I
just got you in the mood for it, talking about that.
Have you ever spent any time watching the mountain stages of those?
You got to remember, I worked in Austin during the peak of Lance Armstrong. So
you probably had a little bit too much of this.
I got overwhelmed with. I don't need it.
Oh, yeah.
I enough with the Lance Armstrong. Everybody's kissing this guy's ass. Turned out a big cheater.
Oh, yeah. I mean, did it with one nut.
Yeah, but he had a ball bearing, so he was balanced out. Did you know that? Did you know if you lose a testicle, they replace it with a ball bearing so you don't like?
Well, you'll be off center. You'll walk in circles,
like wobble around.
Like you're leaning one way you're leaning in one direction.
Yeah, I hate when that happens. But I guess if you lost 2, you could get double ball bearings.
I wonder how Manu's doing.
I would get them extra big too, just so like I feel powerful. All right, Blitz coming up at 2. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
You're listening to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. KTFM Floresville.
Hey, Joe Fortenbaugh here. Whether you're locking in your home run picks or riding with your favorite golfers this summer,